Okay. Okay. Let's get started with the Sunday show. Let me go open up Discord and let's get to the rest of the panel. As you guys know, on the Sunday show we cover the news that has happened this week. There is a lot of news that has happened this week, but I do believe there will be more news that happens this week coming up. This is getting towards the pretty end of June, the end of June, and that means developers are going to want to get all that information out the way. Looking at my motherfucking neck.
But he did it for a certain, he did it for his own little, reason, knowing that that was his second chance of being a father, knowing very well this is a world that isn't like.
Adam, we're starting a live stream. Don't spoil it.
I gotta back out for a bit.
Okay.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Jake, shut the fuck up, Jake. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, okay.
No, say this, man, like.
Welcome to the PlayStation Legion Sunday show, guys. We're gonna get started with the show. It seems like
this shit is crazy, man. What's up, Jay?
What's going on, Adam?
Bocaloco,
J Love, Somatic Yellow. How you guys
doing? Yellow. What's good, man?
What's up, man?
Why the fuck did he? What the fuck was? Wait, why did he leave, bro? For fuck's sake.
I don't know. He said he had to do something as soon as I got in. I don't know what's going on.
Yo, JayTech, I seen your tweet, man. I seen that shit.
We got a $20 super chat, and it seems to be for Adam. That's a lot of fucking money. Let's read that before we get started.
Yeah.
Trial by Fire sent a $20 super chat. Thanks, buddy. He says, "What weed does Adam smoke? Thinking that other PlayStation studios have caught up to Naughty Dog. Horizon Zero Dawn facial animation and storytelling wasn't even on the Last of Us level. Then he shocked it to he shocked it got a mid 90 meta. Why it's what Naughty Dog does. Stop hating Adam, please." Okay, so
answer that question, Adam. Yeah, answer that.
Adam, he's basically saying you're hating on Naughty Dog.
Yeah, stop hating here.
First of all, I'm just gonna say this right now, just because I just got on your fucking thing. I think other PS studios are caught up. Again, they have.
Oh, okay. I see what you said. I see what he's saying, though.
They have actually caught up. And again,
I respect you on that. I respect you.
I understand that people are marveling in how that good this game looks and certain other things, but like games like what was it, Horizon and God of War, based on what they were able to accomplish, especially where Naughty Dog have made 3 games this generation. Santa Monica made 1. They made 2. Yeah. Again, like you're basing it off of the sense where like, look at Horizon Zero Dawn 2. How good that game's gonna look.
Yeah.
And how it's gonna play. Needless to say. Like, and also it's the case of the mid-90s thing, the meta of the mid-90s, right? The reason why I said that was because, again, it all came down to the story, right? And, like, apparently, reviewers like the story to a big degree. And, again, I'm not going to call out saying the reviews are paid for and shut that, because I'm not that sort of person that would say it. But, like, again, is it the same as the first game? Yeah, it's a 95 on Metacritic. It is. But yeah, and I mean, again, like, I'm not saying bad things to True Witty, because, like, appreciate what you do. Was it True Fire? Where Trial of Fire.
Yeah, it's critical. You need critical people, but yeah.
I think.
Let me ask you something, Adam. Only Sony Studios are caught up to Naughty Dog, you said, right? Sony Studios first party. What you saying?
Yes, they have.
Okay. I'm not saying they haven't. I agree with you. God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, and even Days Gone. Look at Days Gone. That shit it's not almost there, but it's getting up there, man. You know what I'm saying? I look at that,
again, we are looking at a game right at the end of the generation. We're looking at a sense of they made 3 games this generation, which is bonkers. You know, I think they made 2. I think they made 1, which they should have made 2, but they made 1. Actually, no, they made actually more than that. But then again, God was the big one. But yeah, I mean, the thing is as well, and I've mentioned a few things here and there. I know a lot of things that are going on with Naughty Dog, and you'll probably start to see it maybe at the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next year. So I would say hold that thought that you're mentioning, because I mentioned a few times some of the shit that's going down in Naughty Dog, and it's not good. But you're gonna have to wait and see on that.
Naughty Dog's been getting a lot of heat this year, man, and previous.
Yeah, they have. They've been getting a lot of heat. Yeah.
They've been a lot of motherfuckers coming at them, man, from this crunch shit to like employees and now this leak. I mean, this shit is crazy.
That's why they need that break. That's why they need that break. They need to get the fuck out of the light as soon as possible, because this Last of Us Part 2 has been consistently. It's either been on the good end or the bad end, hasn't it? It's always been this case, right? It's either up there or it's down there. And right now you're kind of getting this balance between the two of people doing the stupid shit, saying that this game's fucking terrible, story's crap and this and that. But then also you got the people that are loving the game, are enjoying the game to an extent, and obviously are understanding like what they're trying to do with themes. So it's like, it's what it is. It's good. It's great. But again,
let me say this here, because I don't know if JayTech was going to bring it up. I didn't know if Jay was going to bring this issue up, but let me say this to y'all, man, and why this game is getting so much hate. And this is my honest opinion, and really how I think really is going down. Naughty Dog is a top tier company. It's a top tier company, and nobody can really fuck with Naughty Dog. Not even fucking Rockstar can fuck with Naughty Dog. I think these motherfuckers trying to bring them down, yo. I think a lot of people out there have an agenda to bring Naughty Dog down. I really do think so, yo.
That's obvious. That does not take any studying to know. They don't. I talked to Adam about this yesterday. They don't want this game to be a game of the decade type.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that. Cyberpunk didn't show a lot of gameplay. Because didn't it show what? Did it show like 19 or 45 minutes of gameplay? What was it?
Yeah.
No, it was 18. In 2018, they showed 50 minutes. That was a very, very early build. Right, it's different now.
Well,
last year they showed
a lot of people that didn't even watch that. I didn't even know that gameplay was out until last year. A lot of people didn't even watch it. And they're automatically saying Cyberpunk is game of the year. Cyberpunk is better. Right. And all I'm saying is, it's the same exact individuals that are saying this game is shit and they haven't played it.
No, I mean, that's the thing. It could be game of the year, but again,
yeah, I know. But all I'm saying is, I'm drawing the conclusion that people didn't play either game, and they're making these assumptions.
It's this thing as well, right? Because again, like people got to serve this into a factor, right? With Cyberpunk, based on Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red's like catalog, right? A lot of people have drawn eyes to them since Witcher 3 came out, because that was pretty much their coming out party where they were on mobile consoles, everyone got to play their game, etc. But looking at a game compared to Last of Us, there's a lot more things that can go wrong with that game than what can go wrong with with Last of Us. Because again, it's a bigger game. There is a multitude of ways of how you play it, and also the story, right? There's main missions, side missions, all these other things that they're going to be dealing with. So reviews can be very easily swayed in that manner. And also, I mentioned, right, with Cyberpunk, and it brought a big smile to my face that what's it called again? That it's going to be getting like an upgrade for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X.
I wasn't about a game obviously for current generation consoles, but I was really happy when they said that, because they contradicted a statement that I'm not sure if they made or Microsoft made for them, that it was going to have smart delivery, but there were indications that if you got the PS4 version, you weren't going to get that upgrade. And I like that they clarified that in their new statement after the delay.
It's publishers and studios. Again, at the end of the day, the
I know.
Decisions, not freaking Microsoft, not PlayStation.
But it's
Microsoft want you to believe that they're the ones that are the driving force of that shit. They're not. That's the publishers and the studios. And I'll talk about it later on in the show, but they are doing Microsoft are doing a lot of damage when it comes to publications and studios that they've worked with before, and they are more now, because of that, they are leaning towards Sony for other things. And we saw it weeks ago with the reveal, where we saw Bethesda give PlayStation two exclusive titles being Ghostwire and Deathloop for a certain amount of time, which hasn't been specified, but I've been told it's over a year, which is pretty fucking big because of what's been transpiring between them and Microsoft over the years. So yeah.
Yo, let me say y'all something to y'all, man. This Last of Us is such a game changer. Let me tell y'all why, man. I'm on day 2 right now because I had to work, right? But let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you how big this game is. You got motherfucking developers. Developers saying, I'm mad at this shit, yo. You got developers saying how the fuck they do this. That tells you a lot what the fuck is going on, man. That should say something to y'all. You got developers going, damn. Y'all seen them tweets?
No, I haven't. I've just been seeing loads of people praise it, so...
No, but developers are saying, yo, remember that fucking one from you're talking
about the one from E3, Crystal Dynamics.
And you got this other one. You got the other one from this dude that just said it. Jay, the dude from that created this shit game.
Yeah.
You
got him.
That's funny.
You got these niggas. These niggas is mad, Jay. They are fucking mad, man. They can't. Yo, let me tell you something. Naughty Dog is achieving so many. They're gonna achieve so many awards. They cleaned the table with everything, man. They cleaning the table with everything. None of these motherfuckers, they eating everything up. They're gonna eat every award up, man. Huh?
That's a good thing, man. That's what we want.
These niggas is mad, yo.
They push that benchmark everywhere. They try to push a sense of a benchmark every time they play.
Yo, I'm playing a Melee. Yo, you should see how she moving. This shit is unreal.
Take their time. I mean, obviously,
oh my goodness, can't wait.
Show me a game that's doing that right now. How Ellie is moving when she avoids Melee. No game is doing that.
Nah, bro. Animal Crossing doing that shit. I saw it on Animal Crossing.
I don't know about that, man. Like again, there's been dodging in games before, man. There's a lot of things in this game that has been done in other games, but maybe not.
Not like that. Not like that, bro. No, not like that.
Maybe on that. That quality, yes, but not. Yeah. It's been other games, but not.
Yeah, Yellow. What?
Is Yellow in here?
Yeah.
I got.
Which one? Yellow?
Fuck! I got Yellow muted.
What'd you say, Yellow? What took out of those movements?
The grounded.
Yeah, Grounded has dodging too.
Yeah, we know that, bro. We already know that shit, man. Grounded is the shit, man.
Grounded is one of the best games out there.
Yeah, it's a good game though. It's a good game.
But yeah. We gotta talk about all these topics. A lot of shit happened this week. Just getting some images for gameplay. I don't want to spoil anything, so we have certain images being popped up, and other images will not be popped up. I think we might have.
Real quick. Sick. If you're still in the chat, man, I just want to say one thing. Get that dick, the Illinois dog dick out your mouth, bro.
Oh man, yo, what the fuck?
God.
What's going on, bro? The fuck is going on in the chat? Oh, let me check this shit out, bro. Let me see this shit, man. Okay, Jay, what's up with the topics?
Super chat by the way.
85 topics.
With the £10, man, 10 quid. The people that are mad at a certain scene need to realise that nobody is a good guy in Last of Us universe. That is true. Every person has their own motives and does whatever is necessary for survival. Facts.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Frostbite, thank you for that, man. Thanks much.
My boy Frostbite, bro. How you doing, bro? I thought you said you were gonna take a break. There you
By the way,
go.
I'm just gonna say, by the way, you know when I said that new Crash game was gonna be announced tomorrow? Yeah, it just got fucking announced, bro. Thank you.
What happened?
Crash Bandicoot just put up they just put out a little teaser for tomorrow's reveal.
Why don't they just go forward and reveal it? We know everything already, bro. Like,
right, exactly.
I don't understand. I'm skipping the game, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Jay, you're only skipping it because it's multi-plat." Well, you know I paid full price for Crash Team Racing, and it was on Xbox day one. I'm skipping it because it's not really Crash. Sorry, bro. I knew when it was up to Activision, I knew they wouldn't actually make a good Crash game, bro. The way it looks is bothering me.
Hold on. You don't know it's good.
Well,
how do you know it's good or not? You haven't even seen the fucking game yet. Obviously, you've seen screenshots.
I saw tons of screenshots to make my assumption. I ain't buying that shit day one. Again, I let everybody know this. When I say I'm skipping a game, best believe I'm skipping it. If you want to buy that game for me, that's cool. Other than that, you don't have to agree with my opinion, but I'm skipping the game. Everybody else has their opinion. You can go out and buy it day one and enjoy it and have the best experience. Me, I know deep down inside playing lots of Crash Bandicoot games, it's not going to be that same. Are they going to try to replicate the experience that Naughty Dog put into the original games? Yes. They are going to try their best to replicate that experience, but I do not believe it's going to be authentic.
Facts.
So, I'm skipping it on those bases alone. When I heard these rumors of Crash Bandicoot, I knew that the game was going to be multi-plat, but I was hoping that they would make it with next gen in mind, and it doesn't seem like they're doing that.
Oh, then fuck it. I'm not getting it.
They're not making that with next gen in mind, and I'm bothered by that.
Yeah, I'm not fucking.
It might be. I mean, you will be able to play that on your next gen console.
I know that, but they're not making it with next gen in mind, what's going on with Ratchet and Clank. They're not making it with that fidelity. So I kind of feel cheated already by them putting a number 4 at the end of that game, and you putting the 4 at the end of the game, you should put this game specially made for next gen systems. Xbox Series X, PC, and PS5.
And not for the first year, man. I mean, when it comes to copying games, it's okay for the first year or two, man. But after that, man, you push on. Simple as. First year is all right for cross-gen platforms because again, it's what it is. But not when you go into the second year.
I'm trying my best to see if I missed anything.
I'm just gonna say, I just wanted to scroll up because I just went into your just have a look at some of your chat, man.
Damn, Sick calling you out, bro. Sick calling somebody out, man.
Yeah, he's calling me out because again of again my remark.
Hey, bro, it's fun because everybody gotta have their favorite developer, and it's funny because it's competition within the umbrella of Sony's first party,
right?
And I think it's awesome. You know, you don't have to compete with third party or competitors, fucking studios, because they're just not on this level yet.
Yeah, I'm over here keeping Naughty Dog in their fucking P's and Q's, and man's on his fucking knees.
Absolutely, Jay. Yep. Good point.
Oh shit. I don't know, bro. Like for me personally, I do not fucking hate Naughty Dog whatsoever. So listen, at the end of the day, there are things that I've heard fucking from countless people that I always talk to on a fucking every weekly basis that leaves me in a different momentum of what Naughty Dog are about. So, that's what it is. Not again, no.
Let's get to some of the topics of this week. We're gonna go to M4G. As of right now, the 3 top articles are all Last of Us related. It seems like somebody gave Last of Us 6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
So I think that review was added. I don't know. I see the article today, but it could have been added the day before. I go check the Metacritic, but I think Last of Us was roughly at
96.
It was a 96 for almost 7 days or so, and then it dropped down to 95. I do expect Last of Us to be anywhere at a 94 or 95. Hear me out. Don't go crazy. Hear me out. It's not because I think the game is bad. It's not because I have any problem with Naughty Dog. You have to be realistic. There are people that hate this game, and when they put out their review, they have hate in their heart.
Right.
So it doesn't have anything to do with me and my opinion.
Right.
That's completely out of my control when it comes to these reviews. So,
yo, but Jay, did you see the review bombs? Did you see that?
Yeah,
the
hold
review
on.
bombs
I'm
they did?
gonna address that, but let me address when I put my expectations low for any game's score. It's not that I think the game is low, is a low scoring game, right? It's that I can't predict anymore what an individual is gonna do when it comes to reviewing. They have the power to give a 10, or they could give a fucking 6 or a 4, and they could put out a lazy ass excuse, and people will have to accept it. And then that impacts the Metacritic score. So when I say that I believe Last of Us, when everything's all said and done, will end up at a 94, that means that a couple bad actors could be dropping a couple lower scores, and it could damage it. So yeah, that Metacritic score that I read out is at a 95. It will be stuck there. I think it's about to move down.
I think it's gonna be a 95.
The one that I read off on N4G, that has been counted. So The Last of Us is sitting at 4 mixed reviews and 91 positives. So I think that if it gets probably 1 or 2 more mixed reviews, it will drop down to a 94. We know how weird Metacritic is.
It would have got those reviews, I feel like, by now. Should have.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting too, but the more and more I played this game, the more I literally fell in love with it. You know, the world is alive. You know, I can't express that enough. It is amazing what they have been able to do with a PS4 or PS4 Pro. It blew my mind multiple times playing it yesterday, and I cannot wait to get back on it tonight. Again, I've talked to Yellow about this. It's in everybody's best interest that I continue to play this game on a PS4 Pro using Pro Mode and not hinder the gameplay in any way, shape, or form. So I will be streaming directly from the PS4 Pro because the streaming quality is better than that of streaming it from the laptop.
Jay, you put on Pro Mode? Jay, you put on Pro Mode?
Yes, I've always had it on Pro Mode playing The Last of Us. I've never had it at a lower resolution.
What you got it at? What's that right now?
When I have to pass through when I have to use the Elgato, I'm forced to downgrade everything to 1080p because my Elgato is not the 4K 60. Elgato didn't make 4K 60.
If you Anthony, okay.
Yeah, I need to buy a 4K 60 capture device, but when the Pro came out, no manufacturer had one. So every time that I want to like show off gameplay, I have to do 1080p, and I don't want to do that with The Last of Us. This game is too good for me to downgrade my experience, so I will not be doing that.
That's my man Jay.
Can't do that. Cannot fucking do that. Some other people might, but I will not be doing that. So we'll go forward and see with blah blah blah. Microsoft explains why compatibility will be just as important as the power and speed of next gen. I'm guessing they talking about backwards compatibility, blah 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 blah. Adam, you want to talk about this pattern we saw with Sony? The developers did confirm during the reveal that they will have more information to share in the coming weeks. And the following week after the reveal, they started to have these small developer diary style videos where they gave out more details. And I really like that, man. We saw that from a good amount of developers now, from Guerrilla Games to Insomniac Games, sharing more details on Horizon, Spider-Man, and Ratchet and Clank. So what's your thoughts on that? Do you think we're going to get a couple more? Because I'm waiting for a Demon Souls one where we can see the gameplay in action. Adam, wake up.
Adam,
wake the fuck up. Motherfucker fell asleep.
Motherfucker fell asleep, dude.
He's asleep, bro. Okay, well, we're gonna discuss that. I really like it. I thought it was interesting. I mean, we were chatting. You know, I've been doing my live streams every morning before work, and I'm getting these notifications on my phone from Twitter, from PlayStation, that there's a new video about them talking about the details of this and this and that. And, I mean, I'm used to developer diaries. I started noticing Sony did that last generation with the PS3 to give people a better understanding of what these amazing games were. And I like that they brought these back. You know, I thought it's pretty dope, especially in this digital age where the coronavirus is out here and not a lot of people can still talk. The way that they produce these little diaries are pretty nice. You know, they're short and sweet, straight to the point, and they give us the information that we want. So as far as the Horizon Zero Dawn is concerned, we have got a confirmation that they're aiming for 2021, and that's it. There is not a window of the beginning of the year, the middle, or the end. They're aiming for 2021 for Horizon. Damn it! There you go, Adam. Woke up.
2021, Jay, for Horizon.
For Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon
2021.
Yeah, Horizon 2.
And just understand, they haven't said Easter, but I'm saying right now that game's gonna be coming around Easter 2021.
So that'd be around April. That makes sense.
March, April, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, everybody, I just want to let you guys know, all the images you're looking at, either I created the images, they're PlayStation ads for whatever, or if you're looking at anything gameplay, I captured that using a PS4 or a PS4 Pro, and that's what you're seeing. So, if you wanted to know what's up with the images, I thought that it would be dope. You know, I know that Weapon Wheel has done this with gameplay, and I don't feel that you guys need to see anybody else's gameplay. It's up to them if they want to show that off on their own YouTube channel, and I will gladly promote you guys. So remember, I'm going to probably do one more class for SharePlay, letting you guys know how to use it, because everybody has it. It's a free app. You can capture gameplay for free, add your voice to it for free, and post these videos on YouTube 100% for free. You guys can join this group or any other gaming group and just allow people to see how great gaming is. That's why I got started. So I will be doing a video about that this week, and it'll be a live stream, and you guys will see it. It'll be posted. But if you wanted to include any screenshots for the PlayStation Legion, I'm only going to be accepting one per person, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to enter. So, I'll be having you guys enter the Discord. I'll be making another fucking page inside of the public server where you will be adding a screenshot that will be included for the Sunday show. Now, if you want to put a watermark in that screenshot to let people know whose screenshot it is, you can do that. If I have a logo saved on the app that I use for it, or you want me to use a profile picture or whatever in the corner of the image, I will do that. So get in contact with me if you want to start doing that to add screenshots. I mean, the panel is welcome to do that too. You guys can send me screenshots and I'll just add them to the slideshow. So
shout out to Jamar Bates and Andrew Wilkins. Yo, man, Jamar, you absolutely agree, man. Yeah, these niggas, I'm tired of these niggas hating, yo. And Vedra, yo, did you read Vedra, what Vedra just said, Jay?
Vedra, hold on.
Yeah, he just said,
yeah. Who's the idiot? I can't, hold on, let me see, what's going on? Let's see what's going on.
He said he just hit me yesterday.
Oh, here we go, Vedra, Angry Joe Army review bombing The Last of Us Part 2, just putting it out there. Oh, well, I mean, it's them, it's the PC fans, it's Xbox fans. Again, they see this game as a threat to whatever game they really like. So they don't want this game to be better than whatever game they like. It could be Witcher 3, it could be CyberPunk, it could be fucking Halo 5. Whatever game that they think this game is beating, they don't like this game because of that. So that's just how that shit is. It's like people hate the PS4. They don't like the PS4 because it's more popular and it's spitting out more exclusives than their than their console of choice. Adam, you got anything you want to talk about before we scroll through N4G's cancerous website? Expands inside the publisher of Western titles. Nope.
N4G used to always be. N4G used to always have love for PlayStation. I don't know what's up with this shit now, though.
No, they didn't. They've always been at, they banned my IP last gen. That's how I know they never had love for PlayStation. They might have covered PlayStation news because it was the popular choice, But just because somebody dick rides on something that's popular doesn't mean they have any love for that thing. That it is exactly what it is. It's called dick riding. You don't need to love anything to be a dick rider. Trust me. So yeah, they're an Xbox site. I got banned from them last gen. That proves it. Hey, ain't shit on M4G. I'm gonna go cover the topics we got right there, and then I'll go scrounge some up. I did want to talk about the review bombing. I believe we've saw more review bombing from this one game than any exclusive that has ever been released. One thing I must also note is that Metacritic doesn't seem like they're going to take away any of the reviews, negative reviews that are like a 0. We're looking at it at 43,000 reviews in total. That's a lot of fucking reviews.
Damn, yo.
Yeah, that mean like a lot of people that were spreading around the fake information. These were the individuals that, you know, they wanted the game to flop. They wanted it to fail. The sales report seems to be very, very well from what we're about to get from Europe. So we probably will get that information on how it charted in Europe and the UK region later this evening or sometime earlier tomorrow. If the game has done like 3 million in 3 days or 4 million in 3 days, something like that, Sony will probably brag about it anywhere between Monday and Friday of this upcoming week. So you should also look out for that information. It is definitely gonna happen. It's blowing me away, man. A lot of hate. I don't see why people hate it because I've been playing the game and it's fucking amazing.
Same.
It's crazy, man. Really, really crazy.
Crazy, man. Yep. Yeah, it's crazy out there.
So, I guess we should really talk about the only competitor of The Last of Us Part 2, which was going to be CyberPunk. It delayed itself as many times as The Last of Us. And with that being said, it pretty much is confirmed that it will be missing the cutoff date for it to be entered to be Game of the Year for Jeff Keighley.
So what about Ghost then? Ghost is gonna be, I guess, the competition only, right? Or the Avengers?
Avengers is ass. It's not gonna be competition for shit. I mean, I think that Ghost could definitely be, definitely could be contender for Game of the Year. Obviously, we still have to wait until the game comes out and play it and see. But the quality and all the gameplay that we saw so far, it would lead to it being definitely a very, very good game. But as far, I'm talking about competitors on the other side that's not from the umbrella of PlayStation.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It doesn't seem like there's gonna be one. You know, Nintendo fans might say Animal Crossing, but I don't think Animal Crossing has any story at all. That's just me looking into that window and not knowing anything about Animal Crossing. But from the way that I'm looking at it, it looks like it's a fucking kid's game, and a lot of chicks like it because it's bright and colorful, cute colors and shit like that. So it is what it is. So no competition from Nintendo. Bleeding Edge and Grounded, that's the only thing Xbox has this year, and I don't see that being competitive with, like, you know, Ghost of Tsushima or The Last of Us. I don't know. Somebody in the chat would have to help me out to see if there's a game on another side that is competitive.
Right.
So, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy VII Remake will probably be contender for Game of the Year. I don't think it'll win, but it'll be contender.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's a multi-plat. Next year it'll be a multi-plat. This year is actually a PlayStation exclusive, so I don't know if I want to enter that one either, because, again, that's under the PlayStation umbrella. If it wins this year, that win will only be represented by the PlayStation community, not by anybody else, because they didn't get to play it.
Right.
Anybody
So how does
in the comment section got a contender for Game of the Year? Don't say
Jay,
Cyberpunk because it's not going to make it. November
so let me ask you
19th
this.
is cutting it way too
So,
close.
right. So, Jay, let me ask you this. Cyberpunk ain't going to make it because the deadline is November. So, with that being said, would a Cyberpunk go to 2021?
Yes. Yes,
It,
it will be it will be a contender for the Game of the Year 2021. Thank you, Sam. Sam said Ori. Ori will probably be a contender. It is PC and Xbox, but it probably will be up there. They don't have a lot of games to pick from. So, I don't know about the Persona 5. I would say they should put it up as a contender, but the game itself came out years ago. This is just a, enhanced version of the game with additional content. I don't know if they could put that up there. But again, if we put that up there, that's still PlayStation. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, name 2 games that, they're not PlayStation Studio games, but they're only on PlayStation this year. And if you put them as a contender, that would still be a representation of PlayStation. So, anything else? Half-Life Alyx. Thanks. God damn. Thank you, Umar. Okay, we can do that. We can do a Half-Life Alyx, Ori, Last of Us.
Oh, shit.
Anything else? I think they gotta have at least 4 or 5 contenders. Might be 6. One time it was 6.
Okay.
I don't really know anything else. What else did Nintendo bring out? They did a remaster of this fucking game that came out on the Wii U, but I don't know if remasters can win Game of the Year. I don't know how that goes. God, it's
one thing I could think of, right?
Neo 2, Umar, thanks. Another one from you. Again, that will be under the PlayStation umbrella, kind of like Persona and Final Fantasy, and all of them are RPGs. So, I mean, good suggestion, but I'm trying to see if there's anything competitive on the competitor side.
Nah, ain't nothing.
Watch Dogs Legion. Yeah, I think Dom is right. Watch Dogs Legion seems like it'll probably miss the cutoff date. Yeah, it'll probably miss it. I'm glad the chat is working today. It was buggy a few days ago. Halo Infinite, yes. No. But it'll probably miss the cutoff date. Because I know a lot of these games, especially if they're going to be on next generation systems, they're definitely going to be out in November, but we don't know when. So, I mean, I think that if they just release it for Xbox One, and since they brag about smart delivery, I bring it out in October, and then it can be considered. But I don't think they're going to bring out Halo in October. I think that's going to be a November game.
Yo, Craig, they're not going to make that cut. They're not going to make it in time, man.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make that. You said Cyberpunk. Nah, Cyberpunk, from what I hear, won't be making it because it's going to be November 19th when the game comes out. And I don't think that's enough time to make the cut. I wish it was, man. I really do. A lot of the PlayStation Legion, remember we talked about this leading up to the Sunday show. And we wanted to make the cut because we want some competition for The Last of Us so people don't be salty at the outcome. But they're going to be salty in the beginning of the year and they're going to be salty at the end of the fucking year. And it's going to be, it's going to be related to The Last of Us. So, Veger, here we go. Veger says, The Last of Us Part 2, Animal Crossing, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Half-Life Alyx, and Battletoads.
Oh, man.
Look, I give it to you, bro. I give it to you. But Cyberpunk might not make the cut, and Battletoads doesn't even have a release window anymore. So, again, let's say maybe they extend the release window of Game of the Year contenders, right? Okay, that's cool. But what about Battletoads? You're going to have to swap that with Ori in the Will-O-Wisp.
Battletoads ain't hitting on shit but Game Pass, bro. That's a Game Pass filler.
Yellow over here talking about his gummy bears, one of the best in the galaxy. I don't believe it.
You don't have to. You get that package tomorrow. You gotta shut the fuck up. You gotta tell me the damn truth. No.
letting you guys know when I do get the gummy bears, I will be eating that shit with a fork and knife. As a shout out to my boy Adam, which eats
Tiny mouth
everything
man.
with a fork and knife.
Facts.
He eats toothpaste with a fork and knife. Let's be honest.
He brushes his teeth with a fork and knife.
Damn.
Oh shit. Bro, we need to do that thing that we did the other time with we got on fucking camera and shit with the Discord.
Yep.
I gotta figure out how to do that shit with this shit. That shit was fucking fun. Yeah. That was a topic that's not in the scroll. We will add it though. Let's talk about what we want with the PS5 as far as the interface, as far as apps and different, features.
My critical thing I want PS5 is a smoother operating operating system.
Yeah.
You know how shit kind of lags?
Yes.
Other than that,
kinda. It does. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. So I noticed it big time when I play Call of Duty. Like I'll try to start a party and I literally have to shut the game down, start a party, back up.
Yeah.
But
and then you have to lock the party down. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't come in there. Bullshit. Yeah. But no, bro. All jokes aside, it's to the fact, bro. They're delivering on all aspects as me as a consumer, right? I don't buy a console to see how many apps that platform can carry or can run pirated movies. That's buying a video game console. A video game console play video games. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, to me personally, what they have to offer apps, my TV can do, phone can do, my tablet. So it's nice to have, but the apps I really use is YouTube and Netflix, Hulu. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, bro, just smooth operating system.
Yeah.
I want to see what I'm interested to see what they're doing for the New York. Don't get too crazy with it.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah. Whatever the UI will be, obviously I think themes might go away, but themes have been there again since the PSP when I started collecting them. Themes have been a part of the user interface for multiple console and handheld generations of PlayStation. I don't think they're going to go away, but whatever the interface is, it would probably need themes. Hopefully they allow the community to start making themes again, because that was a great point with the PSP as well as the PS3 communities. As far as the camera, I've talked about it a lot. I've collected almost every PlayStation camera except for the iToy. I think that we should definitely have a video chat. If you can't team up with Zoom or somebody else popular that won't let you down like Ubu this gen, you need to do your own video chat little application or feature inside of PS5, allowing us to communicate. Also to have us customize the screen. Like, yeah, maybe we'll have people we're talking to on the side of the screen, and then we can just game on the other side of the screen. Shit like that. Give us some options. This SSD, I know it's going to make games run good and all, but please, please allow us to have some other advancements in this game system outside of gaming. That's what I want. So go all out with gaming. That's great. But sometimes we going to be just chilling, talking, and I need a nice place for that. I don't know if we're going to have like a hub world type of thing, if they're ever going to try to do something like that with PlayStation Home. They did lose a lot of money on that.
You want that back?
Me personally, it would have benefited a lot this generation, the way that people just throw money away for free, based off of looking cool. So Sony could have stood the stand to make a lot of money this gen. Look at all the people buying microtransactions and stupid shit on Fortnite. They could have made a bankload, and they were already in the driver's seats the majority of this gen. If they had
watch your mouth, Jay.
Shut up.
Watch your mouth. Don't be talking shit about microtransactions.
No, I'm saying that Sony's been in the driver's seat as far as being the popular console. If they would have had PlayStation Home as well as Fortnite, they would have taken over the world.
Well, I think they would have also taken over the big money believed in.
Oh, fuck you, bro, fuck you.
Big money.
Hey, man, shout out to all the fathers in the house, all the fathers in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody,
Likewise,
man.
brother. Likewise.
Up with you, yellow, man.
Hey, chill, man.
And I'm pretty sure you're a great father, bro. Great father.
Appreciate it.
Jay, I need some nieces out of you, bro. I need some nieces or some nephews.
That shit's expensive, but I'll work on one. That shit is motherfucking expensive. That shit is college fucking 2 times over, bro. Kids are expensive. You got to plan for that shit. People got to plan. Have no bro. The days of having random babies, nah, bro. My brother, he don't give a fuck. My brother got like 6 fucking kids out this bitch, man. Nah, man. And he only care about like 2 of them, so I don't want to be like that.
Yeah, don't be like that.
I gotta focus on the one that I want to have, man. And I'm a spoil the fuck out of that kid. I ain't even lying. So,
I'm married and I got 2.
I'm married. I got 2. I already know that.
Yeah. Cool.
Dude, my whole life changed when I started playing The Last of Us 2.
God damn it, y'all fucking. Somebody kick this dude out. Kick him out.
Hey, bro, you know what, bro? I how many? I was telling Jay the other day, bro. I'm probably now I'm like 13, 14 hours in. I'm loving everything about the game, but it is a couple. I do understand why a lot of people, and I'm not spoiling them, but I do know why a lot of people got upset because I did see some things that really beat me up, man. Like,
yeah, get out your feelings, Big Money. But how you enjoying it, bro?
Yeah, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. It's just like I said, it's a certain part of like some disrespectful shit going on up in there.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you about that.
Hold on a second, Jay. Let me ask you a question. So you said you loving The Last of Us, right?
Yeah, all day.
Okay. I need you to do me a favor, bro. I'm gonna need you to go back and play Death Stranding.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hey, bro, man, I really do think that was a mistake by Kojima. Man. I think Kojima, I guarantee you go to Yellow, you go to Kojima and be like, Kojima, gonna do a part 2? Say yes, Sony gonna be like, hell no. And man, I don't even think that game made over 1 million units, bro.
But it's a fucking cat. So I just want to let you know that. You got a cat in there. It's a cat somewhere in here, man. We got
Hey man, that new cat game that's coming out probably gonna sell more than Death Stranding, bro.
Okay.
I feel sorry for that game, bro. I really do, bro. I really do, man.
This dude over here talking reckless.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Big Money, just to talk. It's all good though.
Hey, bro, I'm just telling you the truth, bro.
You gotta change your name to Talk Money. I like that.
Oh shit! But yeah, Big Money. I'm about 17 hours in it, I think. Dude, I'm loving every minute of that game, bro. And I can see why people are upset. To be honest with you, they're stuck in their own world, and I feel as though if you're bitching and complaining about it, do us all a favor, write a better story. Write a better story and give that shit to a developer to make. You know what I'm saying?
I think, you know what? I think it's more of the disrespect, bro. Like like I said, I can't even say what I want because I don't want to spoil it for nobody. It's the disrespect. They, you don't disrespect nobody like that, bro. That's a love. I want to say it so bad, but you know what I'm talking about.
But again, that's part of the storytelling. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking with your emotions. You feel me? So again, his narrative and his point obviously affected you because again, his job's complete. You know what I'm saying? It got you feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what
was that the right path to go down?
I mean, to be honest, through his storytelling. No, hold on. To answer your question, to answer your question, through his storytelling, yes, because there was a couple of times that I got choked up. Okay.
Yep.
There was a couple of times I got choked up, and also at the same time feeling resentment, feeling, you know what I'm saying, pissed off. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you need to understand, and everybody else, this is a video game. This is storytelling. You see what I'm saying? So upon him telling his story, obviously he got his point across to whomever consumer is getting offended, pissed off. You feel what I'm saying? Because again, this is his story. And again, if you feel as though this story's trash, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that, do us all a favor. Write a fucking story, pitch it to a game studio, and make your fucking so-called quote-unquote vision better than what we have right now.
Yep. Right. Good point.
I'm sorry. You know, I got all respect in the world for you, but you're wrong than a motherfucker. Wrong than a motherfucker.
Hey, big money.
Wrong.
Big money.
You're wrong, Rock. You're wrong.
I think Big Money got owe me some money.
I'm saying the story is cool, but the disrespect of a character is
you can't disrespect what's fictional, man. How can you disrespect something that's not real? It's fiction.
You know what I pride myself on, bro.
Hold on. Are you talking about Joel?
See, look at this dude. Damn,
I mean, everybody know already, man.
Everybody know.
No, I'm just asking because
let's not pretend. Check this out, man. You don't take a beloved character.
Hold on. Let's not pretend Joel was this saint. He was a scumbag. And then it was a very It was a very key part in the game where a lot of people don't pay attention to. After you got through that Pittsburgh and that car crash, Ellie asked him, "How did you know that guy was, what he was?" He was like, "I've been on both sides." Then she asked him, "So did you kill any innocent people?" Joe reluctantly didn't even want to give an answer, and she was like, "I'll take that as a yes." And he was like, "You can take it however you want it." That's an admission of guilt. He was a scumbag, dude.
Yep. And Somatic, you left out. You left out one point. Somatic, you left out one point. Remember the time they was driving him and Tommy, and they left them girl that the family.
The dude didn't even talk to his brother for almost 20 years. His relationship with his brother was
I give y'all that. So what y'all telling me is that every scumbag character we got. Because Kratos,
see what you're trying to do.
Hold on. I'll let y'all talk. I'm trying to tell me every scumbag character need to get. Let me tell you, who's the greatest scumbag character of all time? Kratos is an asshole out of this fucking world.
He got his shit too.
Kratos what?
He got his shit too. He got tracked down to his
that's
house.
not even the same story.
Hold on, Then this dude get tracked down to his house.
Is a regular human being that did whatever he did to survive.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you. I'm gonna ask everybody on the panel. Hold on, everybody on the panel. Jay, you're telling me I'm gonna get to you, Jay Love. I'm gonna go one by one. Now let me start off with Somatic, because Somatic the one that started off. Somatic, you felt like Flo was so much of a scumbag, he was needed to get what he got, right? That's a no.
He crossed a lot of people. It's about it.
Okay, that's a yes. That's a yes.
Yeah.
J-Tech, you're telling me that you hated this character so much
I never hated him.
You talking to me, Somatic?
I'm just saying. I'm just going down the line. I want to make sure because I want to. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back and look at all the people. I'm gonna go back and listen to everybody. See what I do, like, bro. I ain't got no. Y'all ever heard of that photographic memory shit? I don't got that, but what I do, I go back and listen to what everybody say in the past about a certain character, and I confront like play it for them. Are you sure it's a scumbag character? Because like I said, I'm gonna go back and look. But boy, I was on this show plenty of times hearing these same panel members, not Somatic, because Somatic wasn't party there. I've heard plenty of times from JaytechTV. I've heard plenty of times from J Love. I've heard many a time from my yellow real nigga father of the year. Talk about this motherfucker named Joe like he was a motherfucking prince. Now he's a scumbag ass character.
I would love for you.
Hold on. I gotta rebuttal that, man. You're looking at it from an emotional standpoint. You gotta look at it. What he does with his actions.
No. See, that's the thing. Bro. I mean to cut you off, but I've never gone to these. One thing that Yellow said that always stick with me. These are just video games, but that doesn't mean I don't take the joy and pride into these characters. No. I'm gonna never throw that away. The day we do that, we need to stop gaming. I hate what I do. I hate to hear people praise the character, and then when he died, all of a sudden he ain't shit.
I never said.
Hold on. You're taking it out of context, bro. You're taking it out of context.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm gonna go first because my shit about to be long. Okay? I'm not pulling no punches. So if you get hurt, you get hurt. So let's understand this. In the very beginning of God of War, what happened? Do you remember that? Because it was iconic. What happened in God of War 2018? What happened to Kratos? Someone came to his house. Someone came to his house and was going to kill him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened with The Last of Us? Didn't the same scenario happen? The only difference is that Joel didn't have the power Kratos had to fight back. That's the only difference. Don't sit here and tell me there's no fucking difference. Kratos did wrong in his life. Joel did wrong in his life, and that wrong came back. The only difference is that one had power and the other one was getting older. The other one was a human. He was in semi-retirement mode. If you went through this nigga's house, you saw carvings, wooden carvings, a skill that he never showed when he was traveling with Ellie in the early days.
Right.
He was a protector. He had changed his lifestyle. However, you can't change his past. And the past will always come back to haunt you. So again, I'm asking you this.
Talk about Joel in the first place, right? You never cared about Joel.
Hold on.
That's not what we're saying.
I want you to understand something before you go back to that bullshit. I just literally let you know the same fucking shit happened in both games. The past came back to haunt him. Whatever the dude, I forgot the dude's name that came. Somatic, what's the dude's name that came to Kratos' house and was about to try to kill him? Boulder came there in an attempt to kill the fuck out of Kratos. If Kratos was any weaker,
did he try to kill him because of his past, or
no? He counted him down.
He referenced his past. He was like, "I thought you were supposed to be the wiser one." You know, he talked about it.
Exactly, it's the same thing, bro. We don't know what really went on with Abby until all of us beat it. I don't know right now in the stage that I'm at, but I know that the past that Joel had, laid for himself came back.
I can tell you this. Because I'm further than everybody in here, most likely. What you're questioning, Big Money, will come to fruition. It will come to fruition. It will. I promise you, it will make you jaw drop, and you'll be like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. I'm telling you. His storytelling.
I haven't got to the end. So if y'all when y'all do
don't spoil the end. I'm not. I don't do that. But really, you're talking ahead of yourself further than what you are. You feel what I'm saying? No disrespect, but you're basically talking with not understanding the reason why. Okay, so now listen to me, bro. Listen. When you find out why things transpired, because again, if you played the first Last of Us, right? Like we're all saying, I mean, he ain't no saint, right? Yeah. He killed a lot of fucking people, and then when you play as Abby, I mean, it's crystal fucking clear. This is not a second installment. This is a continuation of the story that we already played. Okay, right. So when you're in the beginning, when they're at the top of the mountain ledge. And Abby and what's his name? He's in there. Who else the fuck they talking about? The random NPC that's playing the fucking guitar down in town? No. The guy that's carrying the fucking horses to the cat? No. We know who the fuck they're talking about. Okay, so it's to the fact that if you paid attention to the story, you already knew who the fuck they were talking about. And when basically they interacted with one another, and he spoke of his name, the body language shifted. You're like, oh shit. You see what I'm saying? So you already knew what was coming upon the situation at hand. Okay, it's fucked up what happened, right?
Yeah, it was fucked up.
But that's part of the storytelling. That is part of the storytelling. Just like.
Look, I understand that. I understand that's a part of the story. But you know what makes human? Everybody on this panel, we have our own different ways. We're never going to agree on it. It's an optional thing for everybody.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Because I think you're confusing playing with the character and separating the character's actions. It's completely two different things, man. Of course, I
completely know about the story. I completely know about the story in everything about that character. But the way they did the character to me, because listen, I have to remember what Joel went through in the beginning of his life. Do y'all remember? You know how many times have I looked at first, 15, 20 minutes? Here, let me tell you something. Joel, I'm not saying Joel was a saint. Joel wasn't no piece of shit ass human before the world fell apart. He was no piece of shit. He was a loving.
Neither was society.
Listen, are you trying to tell me, listen to me. Everybody on this channel, this world went to shit just like they did. Half for us in here probably would have did the same shit Joel did when the world fell apart like that, bruh. That's real shit. That's why I love the story, because it depicts human beings for what we really are. You know how you ever heard that one story? You ever heard that one story how we all go around, we talk about what we would do if this happened? Listen, I always tell myself, I say, man, if I won the lottery, on my hand to God, I buy everybody in here a motherfucking car. But when I got that money in my hand, would I really do that? I don't know. Really think about it, you be like, whoa, shit, that's about $2-3 million. All these motherfuckers in this panel. But they depict that character. Everybody in that world had to do what they had to do. Like, I love the story. I don't know who is fans of.
Nobody is disputing what he had to do. It's just the actions of what he did came back to get him. That's all. That's what really happened.
I'm not going against that. What I'm going against is the way they did him as a character. And when I sat on this panel plenty of times about it. When you wasn't here, I know we don't want to be on this subject that long, but this is my last thing I'm gonna say about Thematic. I'm telling you, bruh, if you back and look at this show, and you look at every show where we done talked about this, man, listen. I'm hearing J Love in the background, bruh. If I said one bad thing about motherfucking Joel, motherfucking J Love, chop my motherfucking neck off. My motherfucking, if I say something bad about that motherfucking JayTech, chop my motherfucking neck off, bro.
That's fucking false.
They used to kill me if I said something bad about Joel.
That's false, and I'll embarrass the shit out of your ass right now. You know that's false.
Oh my God, Jay!
I'll embarrass the fuck out of your ass right now, bro.
Go get, hey, okay. Well,
anybody in this chat, is Joel my favorite character? Hold on, is Joel my favorite character in any video game?
Oh no, listen to me. Now he just said he'll embarrass the fuck out of me, y'all.
Yeah, I'm not about to embarrass you because you acting like I give a fuck about Joel the way that you think I do. I don't, motherfucker.
Listen, Jay, after when this show is done, I want everybody on this panel to go back. If you could, I know it's gonna take a while, and you look at every show that we done did, and you tell me, and you see where a motherfucker talked about Joel, how motherfucker was in love with Joel, bro.
Okay, Big Money, that's the perception of Joel. That doesn't mean that's accurate too.
sorry.
That's how you read their perception. You can't base it off just perception. You gotta go
I'm
with the
going off of
reality of
what
the
everybody did. What I'm saying is, traumatic. I just want.
Say that for
I want you
J-Love,
to
but you
be
ain't gonna say that shit for me,
consistent
man. Don't group
in
me in
what
there.
they do and what they do, bro. Don't talk good about a motherfucking character one day, and then when he die and chop
I
off,
think when they're talking good about him, I think it's referring to the gameplay and the style of what he did. But if you look at retrospect, what he did caught up to him. That's all it was.
No,
let me ask you this, Big Money.
I am not refuting that, bro. I am not refuting that. Like I said, I don't want to stay on this subject that long, y'all. We can move. I don't want.
We don't. But I'm gonna ask you one question, Big Money.
We all feel different ways about characters, but what I'm saying is, I always remember what people say about certain things. That's why I love what we did last week. Me and Fatal, man, Fatal used to argue us up and down. Then Fatal turned around. I was like, what?
Fatal would troll a lot too, bro. Fatal would troll a lot to get a rise out of you. So you got to put that in perspective too.
But let me ask you a question, Big Money. Let me ask you a question.
One thing, you know what? Oh, I'm sorry, Yellow. One thing about me, bro, that's why I love. I think I love how Yellow do shit, because I've always, man, we don't never take this shit. I don't take this shit personal, bro. I don't never do it. That's why when y'all say stuff like, "Hey, man, no disrespect." I love when Western Yellow do that, because I know it's not, I know he's not trying to disrespect. We're not trying to disrespect each other on this thing, but I love the way in our passionate.
Let me get my little soliloquy out there real quick, because I think I just got it might sound redundant, but playing with the character and how they feel and the perception of it isn't going to overtake what he did. At the end game, what he did during the whole story of the process is caught up to him now, because this is a continuation from the first game. This is in the new IP of the second game. This is just a continuation from the story. Yeah. So you got to separate the emotional aspect of how you like him, how you fight with him. J-Love is a very emotional guy, so he's going to feel overprotective because he's a PlayStation character. I'm not looking at him as a PlayStation character. I'm looking at him separately from the actions that he did. I liked playing with Joe, but in reality, he is a scumbag. The decision that he made to save Ellie was a selfish decision. You got to realize that all those little story beats played into his selfish character and his selfish nature.
Let me
and I think Jay made a key point. Hold on. I think Jay made a key point. He started to change his development.
He changed his ways.
When he started.
But it was too late.
He had a peaceful life. Hold on, Adam. Hold on. He finally had a peaceful life where he doesn't have to go out there and be an asshole and do all this shit. He has a community where he stayed with his brother. He rectified the relationship with his brother because of the shit that he did. So in reality, you got to look at that instead of, I like the character. I heard what they say. It don't matter what we say about the character. You got to look at the reality of his actions. And the reality of his actions is what the shit that he did is caught up to him.
It's caught up to him. So let me say this. And hold on, big one. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
So like I stated before, once you progress, you're going to understand why. Okay. The question for me to you is, since you're so passionate about it, what would you want to see, or what would you want to see Joel do in this story, in this continuation?
That's a perfect question, yo. That's a perfect question.
I wouldn't, for me personally, I don't mind characters. You
don't playing as them.
I don't mind if people die like as characters, but the way that he died and the way they dismissed him so quick, that's what got to me.
But you played with him in the first game the majority of the time.
You got kids, bro?
No, I don't got kids.
Oh, you don't? Okay, well, this is better. Actually, Yellow then. Yellow, I just want to now, Yellow. Let me ask you something. It's a great thing that you said about you did and how selfish you were when it came to Ellie. I want you to Yellow, keep it 100 with me, man. Keep it 100 with me.
Mm-hmm.
No, I hear every day, beautiful princess of a woman. Look at that thing every day. Bring it back, man. We always talk about it. We always laugh about it. The same thing happened. Always real. What you did that? Because me, and I'm gonna tell you personally, I have a son. That was me. I would have did the same thing Joe did. And I'm asking you that question.
Oh yeah, but that without a question of a doubt.
Your daughter. See, that's what I'm
no,
saying.
nigga. Fuck no.
Like, bruh. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. When he said,
again,
when he said, no, hold on. When Maddox said that, that's when I thought to myself, okay, Father's Day. Now I'm gonna ask each other that did that.
But big money.
Did that.
Big money. Hold on, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Because again, I'm further ahead of you, and I'm not spoiling anything. The questions that you have, and the questions that you are asking, right?
Okay, because maybe I need to get to the end. Maybe
I'm telling you, because your questions that you are asking, Big Money, dead and serious, bro. Keeping it 100. The questions that you are asking everybody in this panel, right, are going to be fucking to 110% power. The story comes to fruition. It opens your eyes and says, "Holy shit, this game is this deep." I'm telling you. You're questioning stuff that you haven't even achieved yet.
And we're going to have this conversation again after I get done with the game. But
beat the game and let's have the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't beat it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
the furthest. I think everybody in this panel.
The game cut off, and they would have never made a part 2, bro. They would have never made. Let's just say the game did bad, and they never. I think every man in here would have did what Joel did in that first game.
Yes,
I think every man
without a shadow of a doubt, bro. Because again, look at the journey from when they first met to where it ended. They couldn't stand each other, right? There was a bonding moment, and he basically treated her like his daughter. And I'm telling you, bro,
even his blood, and it wasn't even his blood. Right, exactly. We can move on when I'm this is where we can come back to this in like a week or so.
You're getting ahead of yourself, Big Money. Which is again, what you're. Yes, sir. No,
the way he killed Joe. Fuck that. I'm saying that.
You can say fuck that all you want, but I'm telling you, once that cutscene happens, bro. Once that cutscene happens, I'm telling you, Neil Druckmann just basically told you to shut the fuck up.
Look, hey, check this out. Hey, bro, you know what? I still think as fucking with Neil Druckmann, he put a lot of his politics into games. I still think that. I know there's a lot of people out there that disagree with me. I still think that you never take what you feel in your heart for real and put it into a game. I still think it's wrong for any developer to do, and I do think that he do that sometimes. It showed in it shows with comments he's
he doesn't do it, someone else will though.
Exactly, sorry, I don't want to say that.
If he doesn't fucking do it, other people obviously will.
Pulls that pin, others will. Others will pull that pin eventually, and that's what he's doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, but still,
it's clear what Naughty Dog are doing. The story is not supposed to be sunshine and rainbows. It's not supposed to be the sense where they're playing it safe. They are playing it so fucking close to the fucking edge. Mm-hmm. It's like the people that are playing this game are going to jump the fuck off that cliff and feel bad, or they're going to stay there and be like, you know what, I'm going to turn back around and I'm going to walk away.
I jumped off that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I jumped off that cliff, nigga. I spread my wings and let that bitch fly at a slow pace.
The fucking cliff. Fuck it. I'm doing a Kratos right now. I'm nosediving to the fucking.
Facts. Talk that shit, Adam.
Adam, but you don't want to take. You don't want to. You know, it's a dangerous place when you put your politics. Because we've talked about it many times before. Remember when we talked about that lady at IGN? Like I said, this is another time where I remember all of us talking about how fucked up she was, bringing hate, her politics into reviewing the game. It's the same thing as, like, I'm Muslim, right? And I feel a certain, I don't never say nothing, this is not and nothing towards gay people. I don't fuck with that shit. A lot of men in here don't. If I took that and I put that in every day, hammered that shit down, would be like everybody, the LG,
But that's the
whatever.
thing. That's the thing. It's not in every game, Jay.
Bro, you ain't got to keep telling us that in your game. We know you don't fuck with that shit, but do you that shit in your game? That's what I mean by leave your politics out of your game making.
Yeah, but
Like I said,
That shit, her personal preference upon gender, bro, was released to the consumer in the DLC on the PS3 generation.
Exactly.
So everybody knew that she was gay.
A lot of people acting like this shit is new, bro. They told you this last gen with the DLC.
Yeah.
They literally told you she was fucking lesbian, bro, when she was a fucking kid. They told you, bro. Did you not see the fucking signals? She was a fucking tomboy. She had no crush.
What the fuck are you talking about when you the main motherfucker set up here and me and you marched and said, why the fuck is people putting politics in the game? Now you reneging on that?
Hold on.
I listened to y'all say some shit and then y'all say some different shit.
Okay.
I understand.
Big Money, calm your ass down. All I said is that you... Big Money, calm the fuck down, bro. Calm down. I just told you. Yella just told you. She was a lesbian in the Left Behind DLC for The Last of Us. The first installment.
Wow, thanks for telling me, Jay. I just found that out. I know that shit already.
Okay, so why are you acting like it's a big deal that he put that in the game? He put it in the first game.
Hey,
no, but you acting like it's new to you, bro. How can it be new to you when 7 years ago it was in the game?
Put politics into every game you do,
bro. It's a continuation, bro. You was gonna keep that shit in there.
You know what's killing me right now? You know what's killing me? How talk about this shit now? You say this, you was the man. Let's get on to another subject.
Was I the main one saying that about The Last of Us? Nah, bro. Nah, we gotta fucking address this shit right now.
They put the politics into the game, then now all of a sudden, just because it's not following your narrative, now all of a sudden, money, you know that you shouldn't be, you know this already. What I'm just saying, bro, I just don't like when people, I don't care if she's gay. I don't care.
But I'm saying care because you bitching about it.
What are you getting upset about then?
Politics in every game, bro. That's all I'm saying. I don't like that.
Bro, okay, bro, look, I'm going to tell you like I tell anybody else, bro. If it bothers you so much that you don't like it, you've confessed that just right now, don't play the game.
Okay.
You can't afford, hold on, bro. You gotta understand how small you are. You cannot force a developer to make a game that you want to make. If they paid for that many copies and they knew that she was lesbian and they played the fucking expansion, bro, they are continuing what she is. They are continuing the story. Yella told you this 3 fucking times and you don't understand.
Okay, now check this out.
And we talking about The Last of Us. We're not talking about no other game. We're talking about The Last of Us. It's a continuation.
Jay, like I said many times before, when we on this subject right here, like I said, I've heard plenty of times you say the same thing. Now, all I want you to do is just remember, and like I said, I always remember what we talk about.
Okay, so look. I don't like what. Look,
change your view again. Just want you to remember that.
Okay, Big Money. I literally just told you we're talking about The Last of Us, not any other game. We're talking about what the story is, what her gender preference was, and how they continue that with part 2. How does this compare to anything else I've said about any other game? I don't give a fuck. Look, hold on, bro. I don't give a fuck if she likes the dude or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. You don't remember that? You don't remember us talking about that before? God damn!
No, I don't.
What were you saying, Somatic? I'm sorry. What were you saying, Somatic?
No, I just wanted to ask you. I mean, did you play Left Behind and got through it?
I didn't get through the whole thing. But
okay, well, look, Big Money, we gonna stop talking about this, bro, because you can't talk if you don't know shit.
And you've been playing the game up to a certain point this far, right?
Hey, bro. Hey, Verge, man. I don't know.
If you're getting through it at a normal pace, those political points aren't really that prevalent. Then if you can just keep
playing right now, imagine. I said this to you earlier on, Samag. Imagine if Abby was switched out for Riley, and that was the person that killed Joel. Imagine if that was the case. How dumb, how many people actually would have not of... It would have called out a lot of people that did not play the Left Behind DLC.
Yep.
And it's like... Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not saying big money hasn't or anything like that. It's just like, again...
Did you beat the Left Behind? Did you finish it?
Listen to me. I think y'all. It's a personal preference, but everybody got their personal thing. The only thing that I've said, man, listen to me very closely. That's me. This individual does not like what they did to Joe as a character. I don't give a fuck what he did in the past. The way they did him as a character, don't like what he did. Just like if you like chocolate ice cream and I hate chocolate ice cream, that's your preference. That's your preference. I don't like what they did to Joe, bro. I don't. That's just plain and simple. I don't.
You don't like it, but
I can't help it if people don't like what how I feel. God damn, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's your
think Big Money.
The way we feel about Microsoft. Y'all feel different than the way we can sit up here and argue all day about how we feel about Microsoft. We love my nigga. He'd be like, bruh, Money, why the fuck is you this and that? And I sit up here and tell him, bro, that's just what I do. That's preference, man. One thing that I don't, what I hate doing, and this is when we discuss any game, I like to be my own individual. I don't like being where everybody in a panel agree with the same thing. If I have a problem, that same thing we're all talking about, I'm gonna voice my opinion like everybody else would. I'm not gonna jump on no bandwagon. Well, fuck it. Everybody think he's a scumbag now. I'm gonna think. No, I don't do that. I'm gonna do my own individual thing. That's what you do when you get grown. You know what I mean? We grown as men and we think how we want to.
When people say he's a scumbag, they're pointing out facts of what he did. It's not so much about his feelings. It's pointing out facts of what he did. It's not about the feeling of the emotion. It's the characteristic art. That's all it is, Big Buddy. It has nothing to do with emotion. You keep putting your emotion into it, and that's the mistake you're making. It's about the reality of the fact of what he did. That's all it is. We're not talking about if you don't like it. It's just the consequences of his actions. That's all it is. You may not like how he went out, but that's your feeling. That's cool. But when we're talking about the facts and the reality of the situation, that's a totally different subject matter. You got to separate the two. You can't mix both, or you're just going to be biased to your agenda. That's the problem. That's all we're trying to get you to understand. It's cool that you feel that way, but you can't make your feelings. You can't make your feelings factual about the actions of what he did by asking Yellow, "What would you do as a parent?" You're asking hypotheticals to the factual precedent of what he already did. You can't mix the two because then it won't make any sense.
Okay, but I'm saying we were discussing him as a character, bro, and the reason why I said that is because I love to put people in the same situations these people be in these games. That's why I be trying to get clear, but none of this stuff is, I know this is a video game, but still this is a video game talk show. And I just don't, I hate going, you know what I hate to hear is like when I go to shows and everybody on that panel always like it's become, and this is, I'm not saying that y'all yes man, when you get to that point that's the reason why I go to for additional shows, because you want to hear a different each. You want to hear something different from each. You don't want to hear.
Good point.
I don't make a point about something everybody agree with it.
Sam, good.
That's not how I want to do things. I love to about
Big Money, it's not about necessarily we're being yes men. We're separated.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said that. I'm not saying that y'all are yes men. What I'm saying is that everybody in here but me feel the same way about that character and that story plot. I don't. That's what makes a great show to me. I don't want to go down the line and be like, well, damn, that's what that is, y'all right. No, we all feel different.
But But you realize
When
that's a different
things
subject
are.
matter. What you're talking about not being, that's a totally different matter from what the real subject matter is. Separating your feelings from how you feel about Joel and looking at his actions. And we're not saying he's a
But
scumbag.
that's what I'm saying.
Hold. We're not saying he's a scumbag to justify his death. We're just saying the consequences of his actions. You can't think you're just going to run through life and not think you're going to have something come at you from the stuff that you did. He crossed a lot of people. He did a lot of shit. And all it is just, it finally caught up to him when you least suspect it. That's all it is. It's not about how we feel. It's not about what we want. We're just telling you the facts of the situation. Now, if you want to talk about how it feels and how everybody has an individual feeling, that's a different subject matter to talk about. That's all I'm saying.
I think, you know what? I think that still's come into play, bro. Whenever you play any game, man, this is whatever game you play. How do you feel about when you play God of War? Me and you mount of different aspects of the character is and how the story goes. We're just telling a story. That's why we do these talk shows, is because each individual on the panel express the way they feel about a certain game. Not where it's getting to him personally. That's why I'm saying, like, don't think I'm taking this shit and when we get off of here and I'm sitting in
No, I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm just talking about how you feel about the moment that was presented in front of you. I'm just saying separate the reality of what he did to how you feel about it. Now, if you want to talk about each individual feelings about what went on in that scene, that's cool. If you want to ask Yella, how did that scene make you feel? But if you want to justify it by saying they shouldn't have done it because he was a great character to play with, that's a different whole subject.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The somatic you got. That's right. I think you didn't hear. I don't care about you. Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna try to relate. What's the name? Game. I don't know whoever look at Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones and I always talk to people about quickly they kill off big characters. Even like, I don't know if y'all know, like that one dude, I forgot that dude's name. He used to run that whorehouse. I love that character. I didn't give a fuck if he died. I don't care. Oh,
you talking about Littlefinger?
Littlefinger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care about him dying. I don't care about him dying. When you love somebody as a character, you still want that character to survive no matter what they did in the past. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not, no, whatever he did in the past, it came up, it caught up. I understand all that. But what I'm saying to you is I still think that they could have did it another way. I just think it was disrespectful
What was the way you would have preferred? I think Yella asked you a great question. What was the way you would have preferred for it to happen?
I would prefer that it had some real consequence in how he died. And what I mean by that, when they brought him into that room, remember when he was like, his was like, this is this, and I'm Joel. Then everybody, because evidently they came looking for Joel. I'm saying, like I said, I haven't got to the end, but evidently everybody, they came looking for Joel. But the way they beat him senselessly, that moment, I was just thinking to myself, like, God damn. Okay, well,
I think hold on, Big Money. I think Yella answered your question again. Once you get to that part, maybe it'll answer your questions. I think.
But no, that's all I'm telling you. Ask me how it would have happened for how I wanted to have. That's why I was trying to explain how I think.
Okay, I got you.
That's why that's why. Hold on, Adam. Hold on. I'm gonna be done in 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, I would have preferred to happen is that. Okay, if they did it like that, I wish he wouldn't have did it with Ellie and looked at that whole situation and they just beat him in front of her. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I was coming. I'm like, God damn! At least they could have did it like this. They was gonna kill him. Don't remember, dude knocked her out. He was knocked out. You know what I mean? If they was gonna kill him, they should have just came back and we would have when she showed up at his grave, that's when I was like, well damn, he dead now. But the way they did him, I wouldn't have liked that they beat him senseless in front of her. But I would have preferred that they killed him remember, she got knocked out. Now, if she would have been a goat and they beat him in front of, I would have been like, okay, but why did they knock her out and then she woke up? That's my thing. I'm gonna let you do it. If I was directing that thing, I'm like, okay, we're killing off Joel. And when this dude knocked her out, let's just kill him. Let's cut to the scene where she's standing in front of his grave. That's how I would have preferred it. Now remember the questions, guys, before y'all talk. He asked me how I would have preferred it. Now go ahead, whoever wants to say something.
No, I was just going to say, I think from the way they did it is you had to see it from Ellie's perspective of that witnessing that horrific event. And at the same time, you even got that's why I think Dina is such a great corrector. She's even questioning Ellie, why didn't they do that? Like, that was very poignant when you were walking across Seattle before you jumped over that little ledge. She was like, why didn't they kill you? So it's like prevalent questions the game is even asking that you're going to get the answers to if you continue to play. Yep. That's what I'm saying. You got to keep playing, and you got to pay attention to every.
Okay, we're going to come back to this conversation.
Listen, Big Money. Big Money, we got to move on. But I want to let you know this.
Yeah. I've been wanting to do that, but I just been wanting everybody to get whatever they want to say.
I stopped talking for like 20 minutes, bro.
Wait, hold up.
Okay, but Adam did want to say. I just wanted everybody to get out. Adam wanted to say something. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say before we get into this, because obviously I understand what you're talking about, Big Money, of like, you know, that aspect of how they did things for that. But like when I watched that scene, the one thing that I first I was just thinking about, like, because obviously I saw the pictures before, like, of that scene where he's just on the ground, right? And I saw a lot of people do the pictures. I didn't see the clip though. But I remember when I watched, you know, when I played that part, the first thing that came to my head, and again, I've watched this show for years upon years, was Walking Dead. Walking Dead had, obviously, you know, it was going on for a certain amount of time. And what was it? I think it was like season 8. It was at the end of season 8 or something like that, where literally that whole season ends off the cliffhanger of Negan lining up all these motherfuckers. Rick, Glenn, Maggie, Michonne, everybody lined them up. They couldn't do jack shit because they had all of his posse around him, right? So if they tried to do something, they would die anyway. And he's playing with them with his fucking Lucille baseball bat with fucking barbed wire on it. You know that someone's going to die. And he plays with it. And what happens? Cliffhanger. Next season comes around, you finally get to know who he goes for. Obviously, if you're a comic book fan, you know who he's going to go for. But the context of that, right, is what I'm trying to say with like what I drew in conclusion to these two things is that as soon as you saw that scene where he fucking bashes Glenn's head in and his eyes popping out and shit like that, and he's saying, I love you, Maggie, in like some really fucked up tone. And people were like, what the fuck? Why would you show this? People actually signed off for that show because of that one thing that Glenn died. Basically, one of their favorite characters died in the most fucked up way. When everybody else knew in the universe that he was going to die that way. And I went into that, obviously, with the Joel thing, thinking, all right, well, I can see what's going to happen. They can't do jack shit. And it's also the case of how it goes around. Like, as soon as Joel said, why is everyone so quiet? You act like you know us. And as soon as that line came out, Abby clocked back that fucking gauge and fucking shot him in the leg. Tommy got bashed over the head with a fucking hand on the gun. No one could do a fucking thing. And when Ellie came through, she just got held down. That's simple as. She couldn't do shit. And it was like, how do you make this even more like... It's essential. They wanted that scene to be so fucked up. Yeah, it's kind of disrespectful. It's kind of disrespectful to Joel. Because again, people in context wanted Joel to go out in a blaze of glory where maybe he saves Ellie. Maybe he gets shot like so many fucking times that he drops to the fucking floor. I'm like, no, it's not like that. Like, this is not the context. I would rather again, someone asked me, would you rather see him die from infected or the way he died in this game? To be perfectly honest, the way he died in this game. Because Infected, I just don't. I wouldn't. I just think that's such a cop out in a sense.
That's what drives the rage. That's what drives her fucking going out there being ruthless and killing every fucking thing.
It's also the case, right? Like you got to take into context that because everyone is, I mean, the word context, but his character again. Neil and other writers of Last of Us, which didn't get credited, by the way, for some no fucking reason, but there are other writers that worked with him on this game, wanted to build that character building, right? Go from him as a dad to losing his daughter to being a scumbag, you know, like right-hand ruthless killer, to then get introduced to Ellie, still a bit of a douche, right? Up until the Pittsburgh moment where he starts to trust Ellie, starts to rely on Ellie, starts to ease up a bit. And then you start to slowly see him like loosen up bit by bit. And then you get to that point where she escapes, goes to the cabin, and you get that moment where she brings up Sarah and he goes, "You are not my daughter." And then it's sense of what changes in Joel's perspective when they're riding back to Jackson. Just randomly have an opinion, like, you know what, maybe I'm a bit of a dick. You know what, Tommy, you go back to Jackson, give me the horse. I'm going to take her to the Fireflies. Don't know why he thought this, but he just did. And that's the thing about it, right? They like to give these characters not a sense of one layer like complex of thinking. They want to go multitude. And also the case of with this game, right? And Neil mentioned this numerous times, right? And obviously Naughty Dog, they knew that they had the freedom to do what they did in this game, right? And what they did with Joel. And this is the sense of being very risky with their storytelling. Everyone, they knew that you would buy into this game. As soon as you saw Last of Us Part 2, you're in. If the spoilers didn't come out, it doesn't matter. You're fucking in. And when they go in there, like, yo, listen, we don't want to play this game safe. We want to do something different. And they do that. And obviously, people are like, I don't want that. I didn't want them to do it in this way in the story, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you don't want to hold back these creators, right? You just don't want to do it. If you held back, if testers went into there and said, I don't like the way you're killing off Joel, that means that they have to sugarcoat it to the degree where maybe they don't kill him. Maybe he is put into a coma. Maybe you just don't get that. And it's the case of, so why is Ellie going this journey then? It's like, oh, but maybe they kill off Dana. That's again, you could have done Dana, you could have, or Dina, you could have done that, but it's like from the beginning of the game up until that point, you've got to make the players have major sympathy for Dana. And it's kind of hard because you don't really get that off the rip. You get it when you go to Seattle. Like, you get that moment with Ellie and Dina, like, off the rip, you know, and, like, you know, Ellie is speaking to Dina about all the things that her and Joel did in the first game, talking about Bill, talking about Sam and Henry, talking about other aspects, and Dina like, shit, you know, and it's the sense of take what Joel and Ellie had in the first game and apply that to Dina and Ellie. It's the same kind of thing, but it's just
ding, 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 ding.
A little bit different. But then again, it's like, oh, it's two, you know, again, like, not saying it's because two women, but it's again, like, it's a brand new character. You don't really, you know, it's kind of a sense of, you don't play as Dina as well. So it's like, don't know about it. And like, all the things they're doing for the right reasons to explore. If universally, everyone in the panel and other people said, fuck, this game's awful, right? Then they'll probably go back to the sort of thing where they dial it back a bit. Maybe don't go stretching too far. But based on what the reception has been thus far, people that are saying it's damn right trash are people that have probably ran through the game, don't read the notes, don't read the journal that Ellie has that shares her thoughts in it, and also some other aspects with Dana, like talking to Ellie. You know, if that is the case, you're not really getting the full length of it. And
you know what, Adam, you know what? My thing is, like, I've always been about people having their own opinions, man.
Yeah, of course.
I think that's the most important thing when we do these. Also, to anybody, other people's opinion. My opinion is my opinion. If that's your opinion, my thing is don't. You cannot be mad at anybody for their opinion. That's where I don't take this shit personal.
I would say
No. I hear everything you're saying. I'm just trying Jay trying to move along the show. That's all. I'm just trying.
This is not from The Last of Us, but you're talking to a person that, again, like, when I played Red Dead Redemption 2, I thought that the way they were basically leading on Arthur to die was fucking stupid. He becomes ill, and because of his illness, he can take the risks because he has, like, he knows he's going to die. So he's like, fuck it, I'm going to save John Marston. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And the way, obviously, he dies is he basically bleeds out, in a sense, doesn't he? And even though if he doesn't bleed out, he's going to die from his illness. It's like, I don't like that when they go, like, it's this long stretch knowing their character's going to die, but it's like, yeah, let's just fucking milk it. Whereas with this game, it's kind of the sense of, oh, you got
it's cut and dry, bro. It's cut and dry.
This shit off. Yeah, like, I think Naughty Dog, that's what they've done. And I think Naughty Dog, they don't care about the sense of, like, asking the player what they want to do in the story. They would rather rip off the Band-Aid quickly than peel it off slowly. They would gladly fucking do that. And I think a lot of people respect them for that. You know, in the other games, because they've done it prior. They've done it so many fucking times in their games. It's like, yeah.
Definitely have. Yeah. But as that being said, Jay, go ahead and move next time.
Yeah. Hopefully
we don't come back to that later on.
Guys,
good subject, y'all. Good
the
subject.
Next time we have opinions about this game, let's have opinions when we're all finished beating it. And that opinion will be set in stone for finishing the Left Behind. So, Big Money, before you talk
Jay,
again,
you got a lot of guys. You know what? Let me tell you something. You non-talking ass nigga. Hell, no, I ain't trying to hear that shit you talking about.
I don't want to hear any of your opinions unless you played the whole game, bro.
Stop. Hey, we can move on.
We can move the fuck on, but I don't want to hear any of your opinions.
You know what I do? I love doing. I love remembering what people say.
We should not have even did that.
Don't talk about something good one day and then down it.
I don't give a fuck, bro. You didn't understand the story, bro, and you didn't get far enough. And you try to try something.
I understood it. That's my opinion. That's my opinion, bro. I don't like the way. I don't give a fuck. That's just like, look. That's just like you
because you didn't understand what was going on, and you still don't understand.
Hey, did you understand that story with Dreams? Did you understand the story in Dreams?
Oh yes, I definitely did.
Nah, see, that's why it's so fucked up. That's why Dreams so fucked up.
It's a story of depression from the musician that has threw his friends away because he thought they were fucking holding him back on his dreams of being a musician. It's very fucking simple. And then there's fucking gameplay.
You think that's what that motherfucker game? They made that fucking game.
That was the story
for us. They made that game for us to experience how a game maker make games, bro. That's what that game is.
You actually didn't understand the story. I played the campaign, and that was the campaign for Dreams.
Well, I'm talking about what they made the game for.
Man, I've been understanding fucking Dreams. I was the first adopter of Little Big Planet before people was buying
Jay, come on, man, move on to something else. Man, ain't nobody
you get destroyed, bro, and then you want to keep fucking moving on. Ask me, man. Ask me, Jay, did you buy Little Big Planet? Yes, I fucking did. Did I buy part 2?
Go back and listen to what I said. I didn't say, Jay, did you buy Big Planet?
Yes, I got all of them motherfuckers, bro. It's the game that I like to play. You know, sometimes you don't have to understand something to enjoy it, man.
Up. Don't nobody play that bullshit.
Okay. Well, it's a lot of people playing it. You don't. And it's just like you don't understand the fucking story, but everybody else does.
We have opinions.
Everybody understands the story, but you're the one person here that don't. You did not play Left Behind, and you didn't get far enough in the fucking part 2 to understand why the old guys had
eat your ass up. Now you keep going back to this goddamn it.
Let's move on.
Let me tell you something, nigga. Let me tell you something,
CyberPunk 2077.
If you play hell, nah, you gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Man. Don't you sit up here and talk about some motherfucking monkey ball ass shit, nigga. You say one thing one day, and then the other day you say something else. You like cat food, or either you do.
I do.
What the fuck?
I love cat food.
Okay, well, what'd you say about Star Wars?
CyberPunk got delayed until November 19th, which is a Thursday. The pattern that we were trying to track is that the PS5 might have got leaked because CyberPunk got delayed. Because CyberPunk was delayed to November 19th, which is a Thursday, it might mean that one of these consoles is coming out the day after that game comes out.
We talked about this already. Everybody knows. Come on, no
about CyberPunk getting delayed till a Thursday in the end of November?
It's not.
It did.
Yes, it is.
PS5 is coming out on October the 2nd. What are you talking about?
What?
Cyberpunk got delayed.
Coming out 19th of November, big money. It's got delayed.
Yeah, got delayed, man.
CyberPunk, bro. We're talking about CyberPunk.
Well, the PS5 is October the 2nd.
We don't know that, but
real quick. If you want to know something, again, I'll give you guys.
Yeah, Adam was supposed to break some news today.
From what I heard, apparently I'm going to tell you guys right now. Apparently, the PS5 is going to be coming out late October, and Xbox Series X coming out early. I think the second week of December.
Wow. A second week of December?
Yeah.
Now, Adam, I think both of those gonna come out about the same time. I think the PS5 probably gonna be like November, somewhere in November 20th, because I think we talked about that last week. It was on a Friday. I think the Xbox it's not gonna be. It'll be either a week behind or a week before. I don't think it's gonna be that late.
Trust me what I said, man. I mean, don't be surprised if it does, man. Tell you.
Yeah.
We need to get that.
Adam, I trust you on Batman. That was it, man.
I think that somebody has to come out first, whether it could be a week or a month gap. Someone's definitely coming out first, and someone's ready to come out before the other. I would think it would be PlayStation big money, because obviously they're more prepared for next gen than Xbox. Xbox has a lot of power. It hasn't shown a lot.
I think the most important thing, Jay, is the pricing right now. I think the pricing will tell a lot about when those come out. I've been hearing a lot of stuff. I know, and you don't like hearing rumors, but I've been hearing a lot of stuff about the Xbox Series X is trying to get somewhere to $400. I don't know how they're gonna do that with other than that thing. That's gonna make a lot of difference. Price is gonna make a lot of difference with these consoles.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm hoping that I'm just gonna be honest right now. I want the Xbox to be so cheap that the motherfuckers that didn't want to dick ride it on this generation take their ass back home to Xbox and dick ride that shit for at least 2 to 3 years and see all the disappointment, just like what happened this gen. And then 3 years into the fucking generation, they go hop on the bandwagon of PlayStation because it's the popular choice. I want that. Yeah. I saw this generation, and I want to see it next gen because it exposes a lot of frauds. I'm not ever gonna fucking hold my tongue for nobody. As of right now, you should know if JayTech is fucking talking, I'm gonna call it how it is. I saw a lot of motherfuckers jump the bandwagon.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, Jay?
I know y'all. Look, I'm gonna put it out there, bro. I know a lot of y'all motherfuckers prepared to do that shit again. Whether it's based off price, because you don't give a fuck about games. If you cared about games, you would have not picked Xbox in the first fucking place. Motherfuckers don't give a fuck about games. They give a fuck about what's popular, what you can make a podcast on that will get you fucking views, get you super chats, all that dumb shit. Okay? So, obviously, the popular choice... Hold on, big money. The popular choice this generation was the PlayStation 4. We all know that. There were a lot of people, they brought their lazy asses over here between the years of 2015 and 16 after E3. And it was really fucking embarrassing to watch you guys make up these lame-ass stories, backstories of where the fuck you was last generation and why you made the switch. Bro, motherfuckers, just be honest. Niggas gonna follow you and subscribe to you and give you super chats regardless. They like your personality, or if you make jokes, or you attack other people. Just say, I came over because all of my friends came over, and I know it's a popular decision to come over. I'm going to let you know now. Hold on, big money. Hold on, let me finish. If y'all motherfuckers do that shit again, you're going to get caught.
Yeah, and
I'm going to be pointing out every motherfucker that does it when they do it. I ain't waiting no longer. So if
Let me-
y'all
let me
fucking
get
make
off the
that
J.
switch, you better make sure you got a good ass fucking reason, because 12 teraflops is a bullshit excuse to make a fucking switch without games.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, J Love, before you go, look, the thing, I think what's gonna make a big difference is when they come out with that Lockhart, and I'm been hearing some rumors on that. If they come out and the price rumors is about $200, only thing I don't understand about that is they say that thing is gonna be 4 teraflops, but it's gonna have a new CPU in it. So I think price does matter a lot when you take the value, because I think when you first start off in the generations, not too many games out there, and like each generation is different. But when the generations, so it's appealing to a lot of people, especially that $200 price point. This shit you talking about, Jay, that shit's for the bird, bro. I'm caring about what people have, man.
Hold on.
Big money.
How you gonna say that? How is that for the birds when I was responding to you? All I'm saying is that I know when I said that little rant right now is basically answering you that I know that some individuals will make a fucked up decision based off of what their boys in the hood are telling them or based off of a price. But at the end of the day, if you're a real gamer, price doesn't fucking matter.
Yep.
Well,
so
like,
again,
and this
goes for anybody. If you fake out in these motherfucking gaming streets and you cheap as shit, maybe $200 for a lower end power Xbox with Lockhart, or $400 for an Xbox Series X. Maybe that's enough for you. But my question to you as a man, my question to you as a gamer is, what are you going to be playing over there? Are you literally just going to buy a system based off of price, or are you buying a system based off of the games that they offer?
When these generations first start, Jay, they have very little games that people like to play. I'm telling you, I don't know about the Xbox Series X. So when it comes to the Lockhart, the other rumor that they have, $200 is a very good price for gamers that just want to start a generation off. This generation and the next couple of generations, I think it's going to be more gamers out there having multiple systems than it's ever been. So, like I'm saying, I'm just talking about the Lockhart. Lockhart has a good price point for people that want to start the generations off. Now, her PS5 comes out first or not, I think that's relevant because everybody that is a gamer, that you call them, to grab that regardless. As far as value, you cannot knock the price if that's what the rumors are true. You can't beat something like that.
What are you talking about? Price of consoles?
Yeah, the Lockhart.
I think he said there's a rumor Lockhart will be
well, again,
$200.
the thing is, the Lockhart in the digital version of the PS5 is that it's going to be cheaper because, again, one, it is going to be lower in specs, and also, well, depending, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be digital. I think it's going to be a Blu-ray drive because it's like you're giving them a weaker console that's digital. That I don't see a lot of people going for that. I just don't. So I feel like that's gonna have to have a disc drive. Because have a disc drive. What?
It does have a disc drive.
We don't know what the Lockhart. We don't know if the Lockhart has a disc drive.
Nobody knows anything about the Lockhart. I would temper everybody's expectations since we are so close to July until July. The rumors are fun. $200 Lockhart is a very interesting proposition. But this is what I want to ask you. How many people want to enter the Xbox ecosystem that don't already have it? They've had cheaper systems around the $200 to $300 price range, and this is also for the Xbox One X. Over the last 5 months of the Corona, a lot of systems have went down in price. So a lot of people did pick up Xbox that wanted one. I think everybody that wanted to enter that ecosystem, they did enter it, and it's still not enough. So sitting out a $200 system
Why do you think they're not pushing
doesn't
forward?
always mean it's gonna fucking fly off the shelves. It all depends on
That's
what
the
that
reason
system
why
is.
that's the reason why they're not going full on with next gen, because they are padding out the existing sales of the Xbox One brand before they go forward with it in the next 2 years.
Exactly.
They need Phil has theoretically been told to pad out the sales of other consoles, and again, he will probably get to the point where he will have the Xbox One X, the Series S, or the Xbox Series might be called, and the Series X, and that's it.
Man, they need to really get somebody in there
I don't know
to do something
what
with
number
those
they need to
names,
reach,
bro.
but they did reach 80-something million with the last Xbox, which was the 360. So I obviously think that it was the highest point in any Xbox console. I would think that they would want to try to pad the sales out until they could reach close to 80 million, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Even if you bring out a $200 system, some people might be like, okay, well, yeah, it's cheap, but I already have this system is playing most of these games. That's when it comes down, big money, to the games they're offering.
Maybe also
So
to make
if they can give
Jay,
an incentive on the
Sony-
games that they're offering, they can
Yeah,
sell
but
that
Tony
$200.
did the exact same thing, and I'm glad they did that. They did the discless version. That was great. Because I remember somebody saying, "Money, you dumb as fuck if you think they're gonna come out with."
Yeah, but the thing is, the reason why it's good is because again, that PS5 digital is the same as the PS5 physical, just without disc drive. Whereas the Series S
It's not weak.
is presumably a diskless drive, that is, I think 5 teraflops was mentioned. And again, that console ain't going to be able to do like 4K, like 60 frames or 120 frames. That console's probably going to be doing 1080p 60 frames as a standard on most games. That's
I don't even know why they did that. You know what? You heard 5. I heard 4. I don't even understand why the fuck they going backwards. I don't understand that. I really don't understand that.
The thing is, with Series S, they will have architecture of the Xbox Series S, like SSD and other aspects that the Xbox One X hasn't got. But it will be lower in CPU, GPU, and teraflops, basically.
Yeah, I just don't understand that shit. But like I said, I like what Sony did.
You gotta
Sony
make it weaker to make
value.
it cheaper. And if you can make a weak, cheap system, like you're saying, rumoring around $200, at this point in time, they're basically trying to give Xbox away for free. They already did it with their games with Game Pass. They just want you there. Once you're there, hopefully you'll stay and you contribute to the ecosystem of Game Pass and Xbox Live Gold. But they just want you there. That's all I'm saying. A real gamer, look, a lot of real gamers understood the disappointment with the 360 towards the end of the generation, not the middle or the beginning. Yep. They saw the disappointment for the whole generation of the Xbox One. A lot of people, even if they give that shit at $200 for the Lockhart, which is not the system that a lot of people want to buy. The real gamers, they are going into next gen because it's next gen. Why would they buy a weaker option? They want the Xbox Series X. And if the Xbox Series X is a $200 system, they'll buy it. But if they got to get the little brother, right, they're not buying that. Because that's weaker than the Xbox One X that you can buy roughly around the same price that does more. It has more teraflops. You know, and it's going to be getting the same games Xbox Series X is getting for the first 2 years with backwards compatibility as well as Game Pass. So, again, they're giving a lot of options, and I will say this. It is a little confusing. Not just the name, but it is confusing. It's just so many Xbox.
The only thing I see good for the Xbox Series X, like I said, man, they need to get that name shit.
But Adam was right. They're gonna make a series of Xboxes. They're gonna be different letters and different numbers, and they don't plan on stopping.
I'm just gonna say this right. Say the Xbox, like all the Xbox One consoles out loud with the Series with the Series consoles, and how fucking similar that all sounds. It's so kerfuffle where it's like,
it's stupid. It's stupid as fuck. Like, man, they need to change that team, bro. They need to change that team.
You go to a store like, oh, I want to get the new PlayStation 5 Easy. I want to get the PlayStation 4. Easy. Xbox One X, S, Xbox One S, Xbox Sad Edition.
Original Xbox One.
Xbox One X, Xbox Series
That
X,
don't
Xbox
make
Series
no
X.
sense.
It's
like,
a lot of
Jesus.
Xboxes,
Big money.
Big Money. It's
And,
a lot.
and Big Money, you know what's Big Money, you know what's so crazy about that old shit? If Halo Infinite comes out, they got to make all Halo Infinite, all those consoles, yo.
Yeah, you gotta make
They
it
gotta dig that
compatible
shit
with
down.
the weaker systems.
Yep. With the consistent, they got to dilly that shit down, bro.
I can't wait for July. Okay, I'm not gonna write Xbox off. I should, but I'm not gonna write them off until I see that whole press conference in July. I give them the benefit of the doubt. But if they can't fucking deliver the way that Sony just did,
That conference is as big as what they're saying it's to be. Now again, I see a few people count up to be like the best show ever.
Yeah.
And I expect them on the same energy that PlayStation did, where they're advertising it on TV, advertising on Twitch, YouTube, everywhere. If it's to be as big as what it is. If it isn't, I'm going in there with the expectations of thinking they're going to just show off the basic stuff that you know they're going to show off gameplay-wise, and then the rest are just going to be teasers and trailers.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, you know what? That's what we were talking.
if they can do some good with Forza and Halo gameplay, I fucking count that as a win. If they can do some Halo gameplay and Forza gameplay, open world with Forza and show the city and Halo showing like maybe 2, 3, 4 player co-op or some online, bro, I think they can do good. But they have to be authentic in the way that they show off these games, bro. Because the way that Sony showed off their games was just way better.
Yeah, I'm there with you with the gameplay, but like that shit that we already know about the Halo need to be limited. Like when me and Yellow was talking last week, like I was telling him they have to come out the door ripping fucking. They have to go head bangers. They come with that. If they come with that same bullshit, bro. That's when people are going to fucking. They cannot. If you give me a 30-minute video of Halo, a 30-minute fucking video of the next Gears, I'm gonna be fucking. They can't do that. They have to show new games. They have to.
I was about to say that to JayTech, Big Money. I was just about to say that to JayTech. If they don't come out with a new IP, it's not gonna be a win. It's not.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It'll be terrible.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, man. Most of the studios are not working on anything right now. They're not. Now they've got early aspects of projects, but none of them have actually got something concrete. Like, so when you think about
Hellblade,
the show,
they're working on Hellblade. They're gonna show Hellblade. What are you talking about?
yeah, that's an existing IP. We don't know about Hellblade. We know what it's gonna be. We know how it's gonna look.
Well, look. I think they could survive without new IPs. They just dig back and dig deep into some of the IPs they haven't used in the last gen or two.
You know for a fact they're going to open up with Halo, because that's what
Here we go. They got a long history with Dead or Alive. They could be the system that shows off Dead or Alive, maybe contract a timed exclusivity deal, like they did with the Xbox or 360. I mean, there are things they can do if just in case the first party new IPs aren't ready. Again, these new IPs people keep screaming about. Who will be making them?
Ready.
Like, are the people that they just acquired, are they going to be making them? Are they even ready to be shown off? Like, these are some important questions.
Those IPs are either not ready or they are early stages, which again will be a teaser or a little trailer, which, to be honest, from a person that is wanting to buy an Xbox, aren't going to be happy about, because it's just like, oh, it's just a teaser. You know, like if it's like anything like the May event, people are going to be walking away thinking, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, what the fuck?
You know what I mean? Like Halo, like people are saying how that game's going to be revolutionary in the X, Y, and Z. I'm going to say right now, I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
It's a new engine. It's a new
I
engine.
don't think that presentation is going to be. It's going to be up to that caliber.
From 343. This is my problem with this. It's a new engine from 343.
Ropes with the elbow.
No, I'm being serious, bro. That whole Xbox presentation, bro.
Look,
my expectations are fucking negative.
Exactly.
Because again, you got to.
They got.
And hold on, Jay. Hold on. Not to be rude or cut you off, bro. You just got to put it in perspective, bro. What have they offered the consumer this entire generation?
Game Pass.
Game Pass and nothing.
Good point.
Okay.
Good point.
So it comes to the fact of, you know what I'm saying, calling a spade a spade. So me personally, I'm a fan of gaming. You know, people, oh, you can't be. I can't. Xbox was a good brand back in the day. Do they have a position of power now? My humble opinion, he doesn't have the answer. Okay? The marketing campaign is dog shit, like you said, Big Money. Stumbling over
Dog shit.
Yeah, I'm calling a spade a spade. Everything I can play on Xbox, I can play on PlayStation, except for the exclusive Halo. What is the real reason?
Did yellow go out?
Nah, he's breaking up. It's raining over this bitch about the thunderstorm. I wonder what it's doing over there.
Yellow, you broke off, bro. You can hear us.
All right,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
I think your iPhone is shitty.
Shut up. Can you hear me?
We can hear you
Yeah,
now,
we
bro.
can hear you.
All right, so what I was saying is pretty much calling a spade a spade. Fanboy, fan of I would Nintendo. Okay, that's just being obvious, right?
Yeah.
But Xbox was a juggernaut back in the first generation, second generation, until it basically became the end of their generation, right? Next, so again, as a gamer, I chose to transition before PS4 came out. Like, you know what? Gears of War dog shit. So let me go ahead and close this generation with a game. Gears of War.
Yellow. Please tell me you hear that spoon. Please tell me you hear that spoon and the fork in the background. Please tell me.
Oh, you got that right. Shout out to Adam Moore, Tiny, cutting this skittle in half.
Yeah.
God.
But no,
money.
man, seriously, they come.
Yeah.
I'll be
It
fine,
just,
bro. Fuck up.
it just comes to the fact, bro. There is no logical. Seriously, there is no logical.
Yellow.
That brand can do is the Halo. Yes, you're getting Hellblade, but like I said, we already know what.
Yeah.
Yo.
So again, what's the real reason I own an Xbox?
I was just going to say, right, when it comes to 343, right, so I've asked this question to a lot of Xbox people. What have they theoretically done with Halo that has been impressive? And they always come at me and they say, oh, Halo Reach. Oh, Halo 4. And it's like, Halo Reach, the only part that fucking 343 touched in Halo Reach was the multiplayer. They did not touch a damn fucking thing with single player. That was Bungie. And they didn't get credited for it. And no one wants to talk about that on the Xbox side anymore because they're no longer a part of fucking them. So like, oh yeah, we're just going to credit FIFA 3. Yeah. And it's like when you go to Halo 4, that game was not fucking good. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. 5,
Halo 4 was
they just all they did with 5 was stuck down Michael Coulter's fucking character. What's his name? Locke? And it was like, I don't give a fuck about this guy. Like, I played.
But dude, it was to the fact, Adam. It was to the fact you had the cutscene fight Master Chief, and that was an epic, right? And it was just like everybody, all the Xbox got their heart. Yeah, Master Chief, and it was just like, what? We're gonna leave you blue balls the rest of the campaign.
Hey, you know what, bro?
Does anybody want to make a bet for this July event? Because I got a bet.
Man,
I ain't gonna bet, man.
your bet be fucked up. Hey, Adam. Hey, check this out, Adam. Like I think this numerous times too, but I think it's really hard. When you have an existing studio and you do an IP, they do a 3 or 4 games, and I know Microsoft, they didn't have any other choice. It's hard to follow the original studio's vision.
Well, yeah, exactly. No, that's what again, like that again. When they were transitioning over, right, they had Bungie and them working over to the sense where basically 343 could shadow them, right? Shadow learn some things about Halo and keep that shit going. That was Xbox that wanted that. Or again, they wanted to continue that. The problem is,
Adam, you know the fucked up thing about that is that if they would have let them go to all Bungie wanted was to work on another project, they would have went back to Halo. They would have still been on Halo. All they wanted to do was make a new IP.
But didn't I just tell you, Big Money? Didn't I just tell you? The people that are in position of, they don't have the answer.
Yes.
That shit is fucked up, yo. I don't understand that. And then, I'm not saying that Destiny is the best thing ever, but god damn it, it is something
new.
It's got a community. It's got a fan base behind it. It doesn't matter if the game is bad in reviews or some people just don't like it. There are loads of people playing Destiny every fucking day, and they are connected that with the sense of, again, you've got DLC at the end of this year, and then next year in September, and the following year. They're not doing Destiny 3. They want to continue this game for the sense of, what is it, like $30, maybe £20 DLC, which, again, is going to be a big enough chunk, like a Lost Legacy, to keep you going. And there's going to be content within the confines of that.
Games as a service, done right.
Rated R.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, and I Big Money, just go back, right? It is this case of, this is the thing that, when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox, where I think Xbox fans, they really have to let go of these games. And that is, let 343 make something completely new and Coalition. Because at this end of this day, you're literally milking those motherfuckers dry. And eventually, they you know, we've seen with Gears 4 and Gears 5. They're not, like, they are somewhat
don't get me started.
But they're not special. They're just not. They honestly, they really do need to give them an opportunity to make their own fucking thing. Otherwise, I don't think it will happen. But if they weren't under contract with Microsoft, right, they'll probably leave. They'll probably leave like Bungie would. They're like, we're getting sick and tired. We want to make something new.
Check this out. This is a fun gaming fact of history. Do you know that Microsoft led Epic to change, aka because it said it was.
Sorry, you broke up.
So on the document, can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So in the documentary of Gears of, is in the document, right, with Cliff Bleszinski and Rod Ferguson, you know, when they were younger. Again, the game was developing. They want Microsoft Epic to chainsaw Lance. Right? They said it was too graphic and too. Okay? So they agreed to do it. Did they know? They lied to me. They lied to the Xbox. They didn't. When they showed the trailer, guess what happened? Everybody went. Okay? Wow. So it comes to the fact of the Xbox division, okay? They don't know what fans want. Okay.
Damn, bro, you keep breaking up. I'm trying to listen to this shit.
Hey, Yellow, you breaking up.
I really want to listen to what you guys say, but you keep breaking up.
Be right back.
Yeah, you're going in and out. I mean, Yellow.
I think it's.
When he gets to the good part, that's when it turns on.
Can you hear me?
Yo, well, let me this goes out to the panel, y'all. Right, yo, let me say something. Oh, you can hear Yellow? You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, go ahead. Finish.
All right, so with the history with the Gears of War franchise, the Xbox division wanted Epic to remove the chainsaw from the Lancer. Okay. They told the developers that the game was too violent. It was too gory, right? This is pure facts, right? You can look this shit up. Epic told them, okay, we'll remove it. Well, little did they know, they lied to them. They lied to Xbox. They didn't remove it. And guess what happened when the game was revealed? Everybody went fucking ape shit over the Lancer. Okay? Because it was something new in the gaming industry. That game itself, the first 3 installments, I don't give a fuck what you say. Those bitch were bangers. Those bitch were heavy hitters. Those bitch sold units. Those fucking games were longevity when it came to the multiplayer. Okay? Me and Adam had a discussion about 5. 4, I mean, it was mediocre at best, right? But 5, no, even with campaign, bro. Even with campaign, the whole package, bro. It was what the fuck. Because I'm not gonna lie, day one with Gears 5, dude, I couldn't even play this shit. I had it on Game Pass. Then I was like, okay, maybe it's because of Game Pass. Turned around and bought it, right? And then still dealt with fucking problems, bugs, and issues. Yep. You know what I'm saying? The game not saving, and et cetera, et cetera. And I got my money back. And fuck this. You know what I'm saying? So it's to the fact that, like Adam said, bro, they're milking the fuck out of these franchises. You should have just let Gears die off with 1, 2, and 3.
I would love to. This thing though, I really want to know, like what they are doing, like in their mind, are the reasons why they're not doing this is the reason why they're not wanting to move on from Gears is because Xbox is telling them, don't do it. We need people.
I'm pretty sure.
What it is, yeah.
Exactly, that's
I'm
me as
pretty
well.
sure.
I'm still thinking that.
That's how.
So-
that's why they made 343 and whatever. What's the name of that studio that does Gears now?
Coalition.
The Coalition.
They made those studios once their contract was done with Bungie and Epic to continue to milk the shit out
Dude,
of those
look
games.
at Rod Ferguson. Hold on, Adam. Look at Rod Ferguson. He was literally working at 2K before he came back and brought Gears 4 to fruition. Or I wouldn't say brought it back to fruition, but he was to be a part of it, right? He was one of the head guys that brought the game back. Okay, Gears 5 dropped. There's no denying. If you're, I got Gears people that I still talk to this day, right? Put gaming aside, people I still fuck with. I've been in their house, out of state. I've met their family and everything because of Gears, right? So there's a brotherhood and there's a friendship right there. And I was talking to them, I'd say probably about a month and a half ago. We did, it was like some Google video or whatever, just chopping it up. And they said they don't even play Gears 5 no more. I look on my Xbox friends list because I still have the app and people I still fuck with in real life. And nobody plays Gears no more, bro. Why? Because that franchise has gone to shit. And my humble opinion is, okay, so 343, I feel as though if they want to do something new, because they're going to have to, like you said, Adam, because all it is, it's going to be another Halo, right? So I feel as though they need to do a reboot like, what you call it? Yeah, exactly, like God of War. So what a lot of people don't know, another funny fact in gaming history, is Halo. Halo was originally meant for the PC, and it was a third-person shooter, okay? Guess what it came to be? A first-person shooter on Xbox. But originally, it was supposed to be a third-person shooter. So who's to say, again, take the leaps and the boundaries and take those risks. You know what I'm saying? Because that risk can turn it into a reward and basically bring something new and bring something fresh to that
like
franchise.
What I was saying about, that was kind of like what I was saying about Halo, man. It's hard a new studio in an existing IP and do something with it because they don't have the same vision original studio had for their game. And time and time again, I've seen studios do this. Some studios can pull it off, but majority of the times, these studios that they bring in, they can't because they never was there and that IP was born. Mm-hmm. So you don't have that vision that they had in the first place. And I think that's why these fucking things, they go just down to the dumpsters. And bro, you know what, Yella, you know what is so fucked up about this is that, like, sometimes I have to keep reminding myself that Microsoft, keep it real, yeah, it makes sense that they should have made, a console. They were never originally in on this whole Xbox thing anyway. Seems like every time we keep hearing stories of them telling old Xbox people keep telling how they had to fight to bring this whole fucking thing to fruition, man. They had to fight with Bill Gates because Bill Gates went on board. Yeah. It's almost like, I don't know, because like the way they do things, the management, like you said, Yella, we didn't talk about this. Like, it's terrible the way they handle shit. Like, they don't know what the fuck they doing.
They didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Listen, they didn't know what the fuck they were. The people that basically brought the Xbox to fruition, the first one, they knew what the fuck they were doing, right?
Yeah, okay? Those people, they knew what they were doing.
They knew what the fuck they were doing. It was to the fact of pitching it to get it mass produced, right? So when it did happen, it was too late in the race for them to basically make up numbers. Okay, what was spent to get the console out there? It sold good, okay, and it was revolutionary upon the gaming industry. Built-in hard drive, you know what I'm saying? You can add your own playlist. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on. You know, that was actually the first console to actually have broadband internet other than the fucking Dreamcast. Okay, but full-fledged, like straight broadband, Xbox was the one. So you can't sit there and say that the Xbox didn't contribute to the gaming industry, because it did. Point blank, period. Right? And the same thing happened with the 360. The 360 came out first. It was cheaper. Like JayTech said, it was the exclusive rights with Call of Duty and all the other third-party games. Okay, that's what basically I said basically twice, but that's what basically sold the unit. That's why people were buying, because it was cheaper and it was next gen. Okay, so what also made the Xbox 360 so successful was the achievements and the chat integration. You didn't have chat or trophies on the PlayStation, but retract my statement, you did have trophies for certain games later on in the generation.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But again, those small things brought entertainment value to games. A lot of people sit there and say, "Oh, well, I don't care about cool, that's fine." Okay, some people go out there and just play games for trophies. Okay, those are not gamers in my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying? You're addicted. You have an addiction problem at the end of the day. Okay, but no, being truthful, man. Like the trophy/achievement gives the game life. Okay, as I call it, a report card. Okay. A lot of people can say, "Oh yeah, I beat that game. I beat that game. I beat that game. I beat it on the hardest difficulty." This, yeah. Again, the report card's not gonna lie. But put that aside. It was something new into gaming history, right? With this Xbox One, bro, they haven't done shit.
Yeah,
they haven't done shit this entire generation, bro.
I know we don't want to go back to this, but like, you know, it's kind of going back to The Last of Us Part 2, big money. Do you think Xbox will do a game on Last of Us Part 2?
Fuck no.
Like the story based on the story basis of Last of Us Part 2, right? Do you think they'll ever do something like that?
They don't have. They do.
The closest. Listen. The closest they have. The closest they have to that, bro. As it was an exclusive to being, I would say, that passionate, and that serious upon their storytelling was Alan Wake.
I never played Alan Wake, but Adam, I don't think they have anybody over there that can
and that's what
that goes back to what.
Yeah, it's just the sense of, not the sense of like, could they accomplish like a story like that? It's more in the sense of, would any of their studios take that fucking gamble of doing something like what they Naughty Dog are doing?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Anybody would have taken that risk. Last of Us is a big risk. The Last of Us is a big risk, man. That was a big risk game, yo.
That's coming back to what you said earlier, Adam.
What's that?
Xbox will not allow anybody to do that.
No,
we don't want chainsaws on our guns. Get that out of here.
We don't want cigarettes in our games, rated R.
We don't want cigarette. Yeah, exactly. You know, here's another funny fact, right? And I'll let you guys talk because I'm gonna say goodbye to my daughter. She's gonna leave for a little bit. You guys remember the avatars for the Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The avatars, you were able to basically spend real money on cosmetics for your character, kind of like a Wii character, right? They eventually started putting guns in it, but the reason they didn't do it from the beginning is because it was offending people. And when they started putting guns in there, it was pretty much as if they were like cap guns with a little orange tip on them. You know what I'm saying? So again, kind of off topic, but still in the same realm. Microsoft is so concerned about people's opinion. All right. It's so concerned about people's opinion instead of basically doing their own thing. You see what I'm saying? And it basically shows with their games, it shows with their content, and it shows with their brain. Because they're more concerned about spending money on a fucking streamer instead of investing into studios to give the consumers what the fuck they want. The original individuals who basically brought out the Xbox, there's documents on fucking YouTube you can watch. And they were basically giving the blueprint to these motherfuckers that fail to listen. You push out the console, let the games do the talking. It was the second, what my man said, it was pretty much the second year that the console was out, the games do the talking. That's what sells your fucking units. That's what sells the hardware, is the games that we put on the shelves for the consumers. Not having 12 or 13 teraflops, not having this, not having that. I don't give a fuck how many teraflops you have, because at the end of the day, the perfect game that basically justifies it upon graphic fidelity is fucking Minecraft.
Illegal.
It doesn't matter how damn pretty the game looks. You feel what I'm saying?
It's kind of like,
it doesn't.
It's kind of like Last of Us, right? Again, Last of Us, I said this to Jay numerous times. The Last of Us Part 2, as a game, should not be running on a PS4. It shouldn't. that game should not be running on PS4. That game does not look like it could even like what they're able to do in this game, right? And this is not in the sense of just visual aspects, in the sense of loads of different like aspects of the game. It's like I don't know what they do in the sense of like data and all that bits and bobs and cramming everything into this game. But they're doing a phenomenal job, and they always push that. And again, there are other studios that are doing the same thing. And you look, and everyone says it, right? Imagine what they can do with the PS5. It's like, yeah, that's the scary thing about this situation. And it isn't going to be, then, and it's not the sense of we know what they're going to do as a game. We don't.
Exactly.
They're not going to do Uncharted because that's passed over to someone else. They're not going to do Last of Us Part 3 because of the way it's kind of transpired, with this game, right? The shit they've been getting and like the divisiveness and all that bits and bobs. And you think, so what else could they do? Brand new IP, do it. And they've been nodding at a sci-fi game for so fucking long that I feel like they will do it. I wouldn't be shocked if they did. I feel like it's a good way of going.
Big money. You mean the Series X day one? Big money?
Yeah, I'm still getting it. Hey, I'm
gonna say this, Big Money. And this is everybody on the panel. Imagine, just think about it. Imagine PS4 would have just went this whole generation what Xbox would have did. You know how much heat PlayStation would have got? You know how much backlash this shit would have got? If the PlayStation would have went this whole gen doing the same shit the Xbox brand was doing right now. And this look,
J-Love, if you would have asked me, just like you said, they would have did that. If you would have asked me right now and say all the fucked up shit PlayStation did, would you have PlayStation 5? Tell you the same answer.
But that's what I'm saying though, Big Money. You got dudes that's still gonna buy the X Series X and not even wait. They still going out and buying this console day one, and they ain't even justify the game. They just going to buy it because of the problem.
J-Lo, you want to know why? I'm gonna take that back. Remember what we was talking about last week? What did I say to you, J-Tech? What did I tell you about what if they don't do in July? I did change that up. I take that back, J-Love. Me and Jay was talking about the same thing, and
yeah, just think about it like this, Big Money. If the PlayStation would with this whole gen doing what Xbox is doing right now, I wouldn't have bought a PlayStation 5. I'd have waited to see what they got coming out. You know what I'm saying? I'm a PlayStation loyalist. But you got niggas that's still going to buy the Series X and they ain't even showing improved nothing.
They don't have to.
That's
don't
crazy.
Have to. Listen, bro. They don't have to. You want to know why? Because they're friends over there. Because all their multi-plats are over there. Bro, I'm telling you right now, I still fuck with people that are on that console. Okay? Me personally, I don't see. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like Big Money said, that's their opinion. But you can't sit there and say, that the Xbox is a better console when I'm playing everything that you're playing except for 3 fucking exclusives. You're missing, you call yourself a gamer, right? Which a lot of people like to use that phrase. No, you're not a fucking gamer. You're a casual.
But why they sitting back yelling and waiting until they see if they got games? Because they ain't coming out with exclusives.
Listen, I just told you, bro. They don't give a fuck about that, bro. They just care about playing multiplayer games, Call of Duty, 2K, that type of shit. They don't give a fuck about exclusives. Like I said, bro, I can sit here and name a shit ton of fucking retro games, and I bet you 90% of these motherfuckers won't even know what the fuck I'm talking about because they just started doing this. Yeah, because it was a thing to do.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, right? The fact that they've come out and they're like putting their big boy pants on, saying we bought a bunch of studios, guys, get ready. It's just like, no, don't get fucking ready. Wait a couple of years until you get ready, because that's how it's going to go down. A lot of people came into it. I always find it ironically funny, and it puts a smile on my face when people say they're going to release these big ass bangers, and it's just like, no, they're not. They're not, because again,
it took generations for Naughty Dog to get where they are, and other studios to get where they are.
Crash Bandicoot, Jack and Daxter.
Do you think that these small indie studios can reach that level, skip these generations of skill and experience? You think they can reach that shit in a
Yeah.
few months or a year? I don't think
Hey,
so.
Fuck no.
I was just gonna say,
Adam,
bro.
Adam said it best, bro. Hold on, Adam. You said it best, bro. These studios have been tested. These studios have been put to the test.
Mm-hmm.
They've risked and reward. They've risked it, and they've seen the rewards behind it.
Adam, that's why when we had that talk a couple of weeks ago, Adam, where I told you, like, just don't see anybody standing in that number one spot except Naughty Dog. I don't see nobody even close.
No, but the thing is, though, I think somebody gave us a donut earlier on, right? Again, like, Naughty Dog had that moment where they had to overcome adversity, right, with Uncharted, the development of that game.
Absolutely.
Where basically Naughty Dog were in a massive fucking state, right? They were going from PS1 to PS3. They were going from a Jack and Dexter game or a game like that to an Uncharted game. And think about how they went. They went from Crash Bandicoot to Jack and Dexter, to then matured a little bit with Jack and Dexter, so then went Uncharted, which is kind of a little bit more matured, and then they go with Last of Us. Now, if you could go back in time and tell your little self that, hey, that game you're playing, that studio that makes that game, they're gonna be making a ruthless, bloody, violent game, you'll probably think to yourself, no, they're not. And it's like, no, they will. And this is the best thing about Naughty Dog. They've grown. The way that they've done their games, the way their games have grown up, is the same way I've grown up. I started playing Crash Bandicoot, right? I'm 27 years of age, and I fucking am I'm now with Last of Us. I'm like, I've grown up with these motherfuckers.
Yep.
And I look at, again, back to Xbox, right? It's this sense of like, people say, oh, 303 got a brand new engine. Okay, cool. That don't mean that game's going to be good. I mean, everyone keeps saying it, but the thing, and people are like, oh, that don't mean nothing, but it actually does. I'm playing Last of Us Part 2 on a standard PS4, which is 1.4 teraflops, right? They've got a 6 teraflop system playing like Gears 5. That game looks okay, great, yeah, sure, but I'm playing The Last of Us. It looks it acts and plays and does other things way better than that game does, and it don't mean shit. It really doesn't. They could have those 12 teraflops, but I've said this to numerous people, and they don't think that this is. I don't know why they don't think it's true, but they're not going to be using those 12.4 teraflops. Like, they're not even going to maximize that. I cannot see one Xbox studio that's going to even go close to that. They're probably going to go for at least 11 teraflops, which in this case is very close to what PlayStation do with their 10.3. And the thing, you know, PlayStation is going to maximize that system because you've seen it with, again, this generation, right? You've seen studios like Santa Monica, Guerrilla Games, Sucker Punch, Insomniac defy themselves. Even though some of them, I mean, me personally, defined themselves before. But you look at Santa Monica, right? You watch the documentary of Raising Kratos, how they overcame adversity in the sense where they almost shut down in 2014. They had massive
moved the whole fucking squad into a new studio and said, do your shit. We believe in you.
Right? Yeah. And take what happened there and apply that to Xbox. Do you think that Xbox would even think remotely to be like, you know what, let's support these guys through this tough time and let's hope that they make a good game? Fuck no. They would have gladly let go of them and be like, yeah, it's all right, we're going to make Halo and Gears and Forza. And I can see, this is the thing that's in the back of my head all the time with their studios. They have all these brand new studios, yes, but I want to know if development doesn't go well, what are they going to do? If like with Crackdown 3, right? I don't know how the fuck they did not cancel that game, but yet with Scalebound they cancelled that within an instant. Like, what?
But why they didn't do? But why they didn't do that with Evolution? Evolution had great potential. Look at Drive Club. Look at MotorStorm. That was an off the hook game, man.
Yeah, it's the saddest mistake they ever made.
I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I don't either, bro. That was the saddest mistake they ever made.
Man.
Yeah, and the thing is though, us mentioning Evolution Studios and PlayStation. I mean, even though they didn't have like the development hiccup with Drive Club, they did have development hiccups with the MotorStorm games, or the prior games. They did, but it wasn't as bad as what MotorStorm was, where like they were behind. But PlayStation, again, think about it. PlayStation did allow them the freedom to keep going, and they got it out. They put it as a Plus membership game, which they promised in 2013. They gave a shit ton of content. They supported that game up until the point where they just went, we're gonna get rid of you. And the thing is, me saying that, they are still with it, the people that worked at Evolution. Some of them are still at PlayStation in studios. Some of them are not. The people, some of them, I think it was like 15, 20 people at Evolution actually went over to that Destruction All-Stars game that's being made by
bro, Adam, I wanted to talk to you. I had a feeling they went over there because of the MotorStorm style of the vehicles. I knew it. I knew they went over there. I knew it was a couple that went over there, bro. I knew it.
That's it. Lucid Games.
Yeah,
and,
Lucid Games.
I think
that right there made me happy because as long as that spirit still survives in some, and I can get that experience in some way, that made me so happy to see that game even before learning this, what you just told me.
Hey, check this out, Jay. To go with what you said, Jay. You know, remember Criterion?
Yeah.
Yeah. They did the Need for Speed for Last Generation, right?
Yeah.
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Guess what that was? In a nutshell, if you take that Need for Speed branding off of that, that was Burnout.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know what? Yeah. Hey, bro. You know what? I think whatever I don't know. We might get the real story sometime in the future, but whatever Evolution did, it pissed somebody off at the executive part of Sony. It pissed somebody off.
Yeah.
But we all said we can't understand why they let them go, but they must have pissed. I remember we had this conversation. It was a while back. I do understand because people have said this before that we get on Sony and Microsoft, but are running the business. And if I'm your boss, Jay, and I say, hey, Jay, man, you got I'm giving you all the freedom in the world to do whatever you want. You think this gonna be ready? Money. I got you next month, bro. Next month come, you're not ready. You give me an excuse. Wow, man, we good. We're good, Jay. Man, go ahead, man. Next week. So when you think you'll be done now? Be 2 months. 2 months pass, and you're not ready again. The third and fourth time you get that, I'm gonna be a little upset because I'm gonna be like, hey, Jay, man, we running a business, bro. We have to get this out the door. Somewhere between that third, because that game was delayed. Like what? It was supposed to be a launch game. Drive Code was supposed to be a launch game. That game was delayed, like 3 or 4 times? At some point, they made somebody really upset. Let them go.
Big money. You think that was it, though? You think that was it?
I do.
It possibly could be it because it was a bad impression on what they were trying to do with the PS4. Now, did it make a dent in anything for the PS4? No, sadly, it did not.
The game sold, Jay. The game sold 3 million copies.
Hold on. Their lateness didn't dent the PS4 selling. However, it was a bad look. I just personally believe, Big Money, that there's been a lot of studios that did worse jobs and didn't even sell any copies, and these motherfuckers still walking around with a complete studio making games.
I'm right there with you. That's what I'm saying. It's
just one of the biggest mysteries. But look, as long as the spirit of that studio survives and other game studios, we still have a chance for Sony to sit up there and say, hey, Lucid, you're making this Destruction All-Stars. If this game does good, how about the people that moved over from Evolution? How about they help you resurrect MotorStorm? I would love that shit.
Let me tell you something.
And listen, hold on, J-Law. That's a true possibility. That's just like if you die, your kids carry on your legacy. As long as the studios that are underneath Sony have remnants of these developers that worked on these great games that we want to see come back, but the studio has been disbanded, they can still bring the game back. And that's all I need is that type of hope.
That's what I mean. Again,
so MotorStorm could come back under another studio, just like Sly Cooper came back under another studio, and what was it? Jack and Daxter Frontier was not made by Naughty Dog. That was made by Ready at Dawn.
But it may be dog shit though, Jay. It may be dog
I'm
shit.
Just saying. I'm just saying. You better get used to it, J Love. It might not be something you like, but Sony owns the IPs, and some developers don't want to make those games. They might switch them around. Prime example, You would think that the Demon Souls remake would have something to do with From Software, and they don't got no involvement in it.
No.
Not a damn involvement. Their name ain't nowhere on that game. So, I mean, this type of shit's going to go down, and if you can execute it perfectly, I ain't going to talk bad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I hope. Hold on, Adam. I hope one day that only, and I think it's coming real soon. Blue Point is to make their own IP.
Yeah, we talked about that before. Yeah.
Real soon.
I think that Demon Souls will be very good. It will get awards, and I think they're gonna look at them and be like, "Okay, y'all, it's that time.
Yep.
It's gonna be that time." And then that's when they're gonna give them a fucking game.
By the way, Demon Souls did not age well in gameplay.
It didn't, bro. It needed a remake.
I'm not saying that it's a bad game. I'm just saying, like, Blue Point Games had the ability to basically revamp a few things that game to make it a little bit more looser and better, and that's what they're gonna do. And yeah, like, I think going back to the whole Evolution Studios, PlayStation have made a lot of mistakes, like some mistakes, like that them being, that being Evolution, also being the sense of Zipper Games, they let them go, which again, Zipper Games, if you were to put Zipper Games or allow Zipper Games to make a game in this generation where you had games like Fortnite, big multiplayer, high player count games, they would have thrived so badly in this environment, and it sucks. Like, and it's also the case of, even from studios to actual individuals, like Amy Hennig, she left for certain reasons. Don't know why, but I can tell you it's not because of the sense where she just wanted to leave. She wanted to, it was more to do with bumping heads with people at the studio. And again, I always wonder if PlayStation would give, I do wonder if PlayStation will give her, like,
studio.
if she would come back and be a part of a new studio that she'll head up, and I think there is a possibility that she can do that. She would definitely come back to do that.
Adam, did she leave or did she get fired? That's why I'm confused on that part. Did she leave voluntarily or did she fire?
She was bumping heads.
If you want to know the story is she left because of Neil Druckmann.
Right.
Yep. That doesn't surprise me.
Because again, like Neil, no offense to Neil, but when Neil was writing up Uncharted 2, right, he was working with Amy, right? You got the credits, that was what's happening. With Last of Us Part 1, right, it says just Neil Druckmann that wrote that, but the thing is, right, if it was just him, it would be something similar to what we get with Part 2. He had additional 2 writers on there with him that didn't get credited. Also, the sense of Bruce Straley on his.
That's what I was gonna say. Out of Bruce Straley was written on Part 1.
Bruce Straley was there, and you kind of got to remember this from like the sense of Cory Barlog and Shannon Starstill and Yumi Yang, where people had to draw back Cory when he wanted to add more stuff, wanted to do some other bits and pieces. Like, no, dude, we've got to finish this game. We've got to get it out. And it's like, don't worry, we have sequels in plan. We can make a sequel, Cory. Let us just finish this game off. And you got that, and that's what he did. And again, that game was a 10 out of 10 game. That's, people ask me what was my game of the generation, right? From, was it 2010 to 2020 or 2009 to 2019. And I originally said Last of Us, but after I played God of War, I think God of War was like what did. God of War took that and made it even better, like because of what they were able to do.
What they did with God of War was like fucking. Yeah. Like, I can't even explain. They were able to add so much. They were able to drop you into a brand new mythology and give you so much lore where you didn't have to read it. I mean, you could read some of the stuff, but you didn't have to because you had Mimir, and that actually built upon that. And again, that goes back to when somebody gave us a donor earlier on, like where people are surprised Naughty Dog. If you're looking at it from a visual standpoint, X, Y, and Z, no. But if you're looking at it from a growth standpoint, yeah, they are. And if you give them a little bit more time, I can tell you right now, they are definitely gonna get there. I mean, I already think they already are.
Sony Santa Monica?
Sony Santa Monica, yeah, or Guerrilla, or Insomniac. They are going there. Like, again, like Naughty Dog are not. I mean, listen, Naughty Dog are great, but last generation, a lot of people held Naughty Dog to this degree where they were the backpack of us, right? Where they were the guys delivering those great experiences. But now you don't have to rely on them anymore. You've got Santa Monica, You've got Gorilla. You've got Insomniac. Sucker Punch. And I hope Sucker Punch, right, with their Ghost of Tsushima. Let me ask this question. Would you rather see Part 2, Last of Us Part 2, fail and that game succeed, or see vice versa? And I said, I would rather see Ghost of Tsushima fucking succeed beyond belief.
Me too, man. Me fucking too. Day one right there, Ghost of Tsushima.
Because if Last of Us failed, it doesn't matter if Last of Us Part 2 failed. Because at the end of the day, that's the first hiccup that they theoretically have had. We won't think of them any different, will we? No, we will be like, okay, cool. Next game's going to come around. Don't worry, they're going to go back to the normal state. And that's what happens. But again, they didn't fail. They've released a great game that's obviously divisive to people, and obviously we've explained it, big money, and there's other people, in the fray of this as well. But it's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Do y'all feel like Last of Us? Just the way you. I know a lot of people haven't finished it, but do you think it compares or surpasses The Last of Us 1 at the point? And you're playing the game.
Big money. Yes, big money. I'm gonna answer that question first. I'm saying to big money, yes. Yes, I think, yeah. I know I'm on day 2. I'm on day 2 right now. So yeah.
I'm
on day 18, and
I'm gonna say no too, because that first game, that's the first time J-Love I've played a game where the gameplay, the story, everything about it, the visuals, everything about that game fucking
you were to say that,
blew me away. It blew me the fuck away. Just blew me away.
Game,
this is a good game. Don't get me wrong. This is a good game, but the feeling that I have for the first game, fuck me.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I can go with that.
Like I said, don't get me wrong. I just have that one little thing. But other than that, bro, I can't get the fuck off the game. I can't get off the, like a couple of my friends keep on talking about, motherfucker, you gonna play something else? No, bro. Until I finish this. Until I finish this.
I mean, by the way, I'm just going to address someone because I wanted to address this.
Hold on, Adam, let me hold that thought real quick. Adam, let me say this to everybody on the panel. I bet you Naughty Dog going to release that multiplayer for The Last of Us Part 2, and I bet you any amount of money, it's going to blow the fuck back up.
Oh, yeah, that's just
going to blow the fuck back up, yo. I'm there with you right there, J-Love. I think so, too. I think they gonna rock everybody here.
Yep, they're going to fuck, yo.
Factions is going to be on PS5.
I got that shit being on PS5, bro. I got it being on PS5. Backwards compatibility enhanced, something like that, but it will be playable.
In an ideal world, I would love to see, I would love it if Naughty Dog were to, I don't think it will happen, but imagine if they actually released that Last of Us Faction mode as a free-to-play fucking game on PlayStation 5.
That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. And that's why The Last of Us 2 is going to blow the fuck
right
back
there
up.
Will make everybody buy that system, no matter if it's $8 million. They'll buy a system. Definitely.
Yeah.
What?
No, Adam, correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody can correct me if I'm wrong. Have anybody made a single-player game, came out a couple of months later with a multiplayer and charged anybody for it? I can't never remember that happening.
This will be an update like I said, it'll be free to play, but if again, it would have to be a patch. This game would have to be. It won't be a standalone game. There's no fucking way. It will have to be a patch. If they did that, I don't know how that would go down. That's why I'm thinking. If it because they said that the multiplayer they said obviously this game was very ambitious, right? And it's on 2 discs if you get physical, right? And I think they said the same thing about the factions mode. If that is the same case, I'm like to myself, and again, you have to put this thing on a disc. I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking that's going to be a free to play thing. There's no way. Again, if they were to bring out that faction mode and be like, hey, listen, you're gonna have to pay like fuck knows how much. That's gonna be a fun.
Big money.
Hey, Jermaine, I got to do the same thing, bro. I got to do the same fucking thing.
Big money.
They got me, bro. They got me.
Big money. To answer your question, what you said to correct you if you're wrong. Has anybody done it? Yes. Fortnite.
Yeah.
A lot of games.
Fortnite came out with a single player game.
That's
So
what
yeah, Fortnite was listen, bro. Fortnite originally was announced literally right after Gears of War 3 launched. It was on PC, right?
What?
That game is exactly that game was a total revamp of what it is now. When it dropped on the PS4, hold on. When it dropped on the PS4, you got charged for it. Okay, but again, it was like a backer or a funder, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It was a certain pack. So upon what tier you bought, right? You basically had X amount of codes to give out for free.
Yeah,
but again, you had to.
Wasn't Fortnite? Because again, like I'm just gonna mention, Fortnite wasn't what it was today though. It wasn't about royal game. It was Save the World. Was like a So
again, I was getting to that. Not to be rude or disrespectful, cut you off. But with that being said, the base version. So for instance, like if you see somebody playing Fortnite and there's trophies on it, okay, they actually have the game Fortnite. What sucks about Fortnite is it was a dope ass concept. The actual base game, like Adam said, Save the World, had you might as well say it had content, right? So if you take the elements of Gears of War being a shooter, Plants vs Zombies of being pretty much like a defense shooter, you know, and then the building aspects of Minecraft, you take all three of those elements of the fucking game, you have Fortnite. Okay, now here's where a lot of people don't know this. It had a single player mode to it. Nobody really bought it. It got the people that basically spent the money supported the game, but they didn't see the turnaround to it. So guess what they did? Guess what was popular at the time when that game came out? Fucking PUBG.
Yeah.
So what did they do? They took the blueprint of the battle royale aspects, they made it free, and they just started charging everybody fucking cosmetic clothes, you know, axes, whatever, you know, frivolous shit that doesn't change the aspects of the game. Exactly. It became a fucking gold mine. So therefore, if you look at it, they don't even talk about Fortnite Save the World. They just talk about Fortnite because when you speak of Fortnite, everybody knows the battle royale side of it. That's what made Fortnite popular. And now, like you said, at first they were charging motherfuckers for it. Now you can get it for free digitally. But now, if you go to fucking Walmart, they're charging you $30 for a fucking digital game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, you Yellow, is that good business or is that just some motherfuckers, some hustling ass motherfuckers?
I mean, to be honest with you, I would say both because again, truth be told, for PUBG really made battle royale, right?
Yeah.
But me, and again, I played the Fortnite battle royale. It's not for me, but I also played Fortnite, the actual game. Okay, so check this out. H1Z1 as well, and Daisy as well, even though that was through a mod. But anyway, across any fucking battle royale game, H1Z1, Daisy, Call of Duty, Fortnite, one thing is for certain about these battle royale games. Every last one of these battle royale games has its own identity. The content is still the same of being the last one to survive, but the identity between each game is separated.
Yeah.
Fortnite, you have building, right? That's obvious. PUBG, that's the sweatiest of all sweats when it comes to battle royale. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want the realistic bullet drop, compensation, communication, tactics, all that shit, like seriously, PUBG is the word to go. What separates them and where they lost their court case was PUBG should have had the popularity status as Fortnite. What separates them is PUBG Studio is not as big as Epic Studio, so their game is not as polished.
Yeah.
Or is not as polished as the fucking Activision's Call of Duty Battle Royale, the Warzone. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what separates PUBG from being in that caliber or that top tier. You still have a fan base for fucking PUBG, but it's not getting the recognition as it deserves because it's a battle royale game and it's not to the caliber of production as Fortnite or Call of Duty.
Nobody talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm just going, by the way, because I was going to mention it earlier on. Obviously, Sick was in there earlier on. Obviously, people were like talking about Naughty Dog, and like I said this to the guys during this week, and this is only what I've been told. And again, you can take this how it is, but you know, I've mentioned like, obviously Bruce Straley leaving, obviously Amy Hennig leaving, and you know, again, the reasonings weren't really forward, right? It wasn't said that they just left because they left. You know, again, that was the most simplest of things, right? They left for, you know, the other reasons that they couldn't mention, right? You know, like certain people that worked there, and I don't. Again, it's. What I'm about to say is, like, again, I don't know if it's true or not, but this is what I've been told, and that is that Neil Druckmann is actually going to be leaving Naughty Dog after, well, I'd say by the end of this year.
Oh.
And again, because of, and the thing is, I asked the person that told me this, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Because obviously what he was able to do in aspects of writing. And the answer to that was, it's a yes and no situation. Because again, if he leaves, people that theoretically left before might come back because him leaving. But then if he doesn't leave, it's not bad. But they, again, it's a case of him as a person.
I am not. If it happens, I am not surprised. That's why we had the big talk when we first came on here. And I think, I said, I'm just not surprised. I ain't going to go into it again. But I think a lot of those people feel the same way, and it has nothing just to do with their game.
No.
It has something to do, like I said, that politics shit. You know, a lot of people over there, like, what the fuck? I'm not saying that's why, if he leaves or not, that's the reason. If those people left because of him, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Because again, like, I mean, this is out there, by the way. Neil doesn't take criticism lightly. He doesn't like it when people criticize his work. If you criticize his work, he's sort of individual that will basically like sort of sweep that opinion under the rug and be like, fuck you, I'm doing this. It's kind of like, it's basically like Kojima, right? You know, like the sense where, you know, his way and is the only way sort of thing. Or, you know, like we know how Kojima with Death Stranding, like it was like crazy, right? But for certain people like myself, I liked it. But there, again, I do have the opinion of there should have been someone next to him saying, listen, Kojima, you gotta dial it back a bit. And with Neil, it is that case of like when you allowed him free reign, like, I mean, again, this is only writing, by the way. Don't like this is only the writing proportion. So, you know, the aspect of gameplay, visuals, those sort of things, they ain't gonna be harmed. But when it comes to story, again, depending on who they're going to grab, like, yeah, I think, you know, I mentioned Amy Hennig. I would say right now, she would come back because he was the problem. People are saying,
you know what? If I can go back
and rumors, but I'm going to say this right now. If this does happen at the end of this year, right, and he does leave, I expect these same individuals right now talking about rumors, gossip, to come back in there and say, sorry for saying that shit. You're right, Adam. Because again, I like Naughty Dog. I do. I keep it real. I do like what they do. I appreciate what they do. But I'm not a guy that's on my fucking knees, cradling their balls and sucking their dick. I will criticize them, and I will tell them that if someone comes to me and says look at them in a certain light, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to turn around. I don't want to see them in a certain light. Fuck no. I want to see them. You know? Because again, every studio is human, right? Santa Monica has been human for so long. And when they brought out God of War, it was the first time I was like, damn, they have potential. And now I see, you know, Naughty Dog, right? They brought out Uncharted 1, 2, 3, 4, Lost Legacy, Last of Us Part 2. And it's like, how are these guys able to do these things? How they just don't seem human. But then it's the case of, no, they are human.
Why did I hear that Bruce Straley is going to the other new Sony studio in San Diego?
Well, there you go. Again, like, this is what I mean. Like, he left for numerous reasons, but again, one of those reasons was because of fucking Neil. The personalities are different. Like, it kind of, yeah, it's like
they both worked on the first one.
Sorry?
And from what I read, from what he said, he needed a break. From what I read about what he was doing. He said he needed a break. He needed to take a break.
With Bruce, yeah, go ahead.
I think a lot of times, bro, and I could be wrong. A lot of times now in big business now, they don't give you the full story of what's You know how when you hear something bad going on in the background, the person leaves instead of what they do now, unless it's something really fucked up bad that they did, fire those people. Just say, hey, they left. Really, the company was probably from the fire they ass, but because when you get fired, man, that fuck up on your next job, and a lot of motherfuckers don't fuck what a lot of companies do. They're just like, oh, we're glad he's been here, and they left.
Hey, Big Money, hold that, Big Money. You got a super chat from Frostbite.
Okay, go
ahead. Anthony Newman would make a great replacement for Neil Druckmann.
Who? Yeah, I mean,
Anthony Newman.
He isn't a writer, but he's not a writer. But again, game director, like he could be a definite one, Same for with Kurt Mangalo. I forgot his name now. Oh, I forgot his name. Kurt. Someone forgot his surname. But no, I'm just going to mention, by the way, Al Akumu, right? You mentioned that Sony is not a revolving door yet. What happened with Cory Barlog, by the way? Cory Barlog left PlayStation. He worked on films at LucasArts for a few years, then came back.
Yes.
So that is a revolving door, and they will gladly take back Amy, because right now she went from different game to then Bad Robot film, and again I don't know what she's doing there, because I don't think she's doing anything right now, but she will come back.
But you think she would be? Yeah, but go ahead, Big Money.
No, go ahead. You barely been talking.
No. I'm saying is that I don't think she would be as effective as a Bruce Straley or a Neil Druckmann. She's okay. I think she's okay from what I've seen. She's all right, but she's not as effective as these dudes.
You say that, but then again, the game that kind of perked up a lot of people, the Uncharted series, was Uncharted 2. And who wrote who was on the writing aspect of every Uncharted game apart from 4 and Lost Legacy? Amy Hennig.
Right, I agree. No, I agree with that. She was on 3 too, right? Was she on 3?
Yeah, she was on 3. And then Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley. Again, Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley, they split up with their group and they all started working on Lost as Part 1. And then
you know what, Adam?
Yeah, go ahead.
That, like I said, if that becomes what that was, and like I said, we probably won't never get the true story. He worked on that story, and he talked about earlier. I think y'all will see why those people, if that happens, those people out. But I don't think they will ever just come out and dog him out. But if they had a problem,
isn't he supposed to have a podcast with spoilers or something? He's gonna talk or something, Adam.
If they had, thanks for interrupting, but if they have a thing where they talk about like, hey, we had a problem with that story, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I'm gonna say right now because I think Jay was gonna bring something up there. Basically, obviously. We got the reviews last Friday, right, of Last of Us, right? And then obviously, then when the game came out, a lot of people did spoiler casts of their reviews. I think Monday, I think it's tomorrow, kind of funny, Greg is hosting a spoiler cast, Last of Us Part 2 panel with him, Neil, Troy Baker, Ashley Johnson. And they're going to be talking all about the game. And I'm guessing there's going to be mentions about the leaks and some of the other things. And someone asked me when I was watching the Raising Kratos documentary, I would like to see them do something like that, but I don't see them doing it because I think that they wouldn't want to show certain things within the development of the game. And yes, there were fucking problems.
Well, if what you're saying is true, Adam, about him leaving, if what you're saying is true about him leaving the end of the year. Yeah. If he leaves the end of the year and he leaves on a note where he won an game of the year and all these awards, it's man, nobody's gonna replace him, bro. Nobody, I'm telling you, this is the big money. That's the nobody's
thing.
Gonna replace him,
I
man.
think I mentioned this to you yesterday, Adam. What happens at the end of the year if he picks up all these awards, or what happens in the next 2 weeks when most people finish the game, and it's unanimous that the game is a great game. Obviously, over the next 2 to 3 months, they start to mention more details about the multiplayer, and then people gravitate back to liking The Last of Us. Does he still leave? And what I'm talking about leaving is he leaving on his own free will, or is he being forced out?
Right.
I would say he will be forced out.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know, because you've been saying leaving for the past couple days, and it feels like he's being forced out.
I've just been told this, but here's the thing about this, right? And this is like the double-edged sword sort of thing, right? He could stay there if he wants to, but it is the case of, you know, this is where
environment where don't nobody like you at your job. That's scary.
That's a horrible environment.
Like, here's the thing about this, right? Where I can't see it, because I see on Twitter every day him and Haley Gross talking to each other, very friendly, talking very responsively. You see a lot of admiration between like Neil and other people, right, that he's worked with. And I'm like, does he sound like this bad guy? Not really, no. But then that don't mean shit. It really doesn't. There are people in the industry, or like even actors, right, where you find out this actor was a fucking scumbag years and years after. Like, you know what I mean? Like Kevin Spacey, no one knew what the fuck he was doing, right? But you're like, oh my God, this guy's a great actor. But then you found out what he actually fucking did. You're like, what the fuck? He's a fucking scumbag. And people treat him, right? You know, you think about an R. Kelly aspect, right? Everyone's like, oh, I love his music, But then you find out what the shit he's done, you kind of think differently about it, right? But then again, it took you how long to get there? You know what I mean? So it's like, for me...
Y'all, you know what? It's so funny that y'all brought up, Adam, you brought up that, Greg Miller. Hey, bruh.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say nothing because I was like, damn, I wish it just would happen.
But I thought one of them was gonna have Neil, though. I'm sorry for interrupting, Big Money. I thought Neil said he was gonna be on one of the podcasts.
Hey, Jay, I wish, bro, this is fucking close to get him to come to this.
What?
I know a lot of people is not gonna believe. Yes. I was this fucking close, bro. So y'all, after the Western, I'm gonna show y'all the message me tried to get them to come to. So this was a couple of months ago. I wasn't gonna say them because you you make a statement like that, motherfucker. Yeah, you weren't gonna have Greg Miller, but we were so fucking close.
Wait. Just reverse, like rewind back. What were you trying? What's this about?
I said I almost had Greg Miller come to the show.
Did you?
I'll show you, huh?
I mean, I would love it, man.
Yeah,
I would have loved it too, but you know, it didn't happen. But at the time, I'll show y'all the what's the name that he sent me. He said at the time he was real busy and he wasn't gonna be able to do it. I think it was like. Matter of fact, it was doing E3 last year. Like, man, he said I'm so busy, bro. I'd love to come, but I can't. I'll show y'all the names.
Alakumu, you say people knew about Arcane and Kevin Spacey for decades. People just ignored it. Yeah, again, that's the same for Neil Druckmann. People would ignore the shit he's doing because, again, what he's offering. And again, this has happened to this isn't just Neil. This has happened in multiple studios. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and if you want to talk about succession and sales and shit, then tell me why the fuck did Dan Houser, one of the brothers at fucking Rockstar, leave? Didn't have to, did he? No, but he left. Why? Because he just wanted to. Simple as. But then in the confines of that, he left because of other reasons, which is not to be said. But again,
that's what I'm saying. That's what they do now. These companies are not just gonna splurge their business out.
Exactly, but they're
just rather say, "Hey, that person left."
Like, okay, like again, I know where PlayStation, podcasts and like that. But do you think PlayStation are gonna come out and say Neil Druckmann did X, Y, and Z? Right? No, the fuck they're not. Because that will diminish like Naughty Dog, and it will prove other things. And you don't want to hear that.
And I can't wait if it does happen. Oh boy, y'all know I'm gonna come back to this shit. What we was talking about earlier. I guarantee you, if that does happen, motherfuckers was sitting up there saying, "Hey Neil, hey, we get it, bruh. You bringing too much to these politics." Fuck that. I this is how I feel. And I'm just saying that does happen. Oh my God. I like I was talking about, like I said, I was talking earlier, that bring that shit. A lot of people don't feel, because they feel when you do that, people start, because it can be somebody there that's secretly in the closet. They mad than a motherfucker. You telling this stuff, but they can't say nothing because they're below you. And then it's a lot of people in the office that might feel the same way. And people get to talking like, man, why this motherfucker keep doing this, bro? Why he keep doing that? And like I said, I know it's the extension of the story. Everybody know that. But a lot of people like, man, I ain't trying to, and fuck that.
Yeah,
like I said, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. Shit that like it would just vindicate me of what I was saying earlier. Like
you see it loads of times within developers just in general, man. Like people think that they are like these good people, and again, like I'm gonna tell you right now, I mentioned this story before. I've met Neil and Bruce and Troy and Ashley back in 2013. I think it was a couple of weeks before it launched. I think it was like the end of May. With Last of Part 1 in Camden in London. I met them. Bruce Stray was a really cool guy, really out there. Neil, very confined, very shy. And I was like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking hurt you, bro. Like, listen, like, I'm just saying.
Adam, I wish you would have said this shit earlier when I was telling y'all about that. When I was telling y'all about this shit. You can feel it. I'm telling you, that's why a lot of people are. That's why like I said, I love the game, but I get the people that are upset. I get it. And I'm not gonna say it all fall on Neil. I don't want to put everything on him, but a lot of people are, and they say it's this motherfucker right here. Now, if you put a game out, everybody loves it, but it's real. The people that made it is fucking upset and angry as hell that they had to go with that version of him because he's a dick. Man, what does that say? What does that say? Like I said,
I said, like I said earlier on, man. Like I have been told this. I'm not believing it because the fact of the matter is, I see him on Twitter, very friendly. People show admiration to him. Like, they fucking love the guy. They appreciate what he does. And again, like this, I don't know if it's because they're acting like this or if it's because they are generally like this. And I think they are like this because, again, when I see Ashley and Troy banter with him, they did this back in 2013. When it comes to, other, like, people, right? Studios, guys showing their love for certain other things, saying that, Neil's doing some really cool shit with this game. I believe that. But again, I'm not the one that's going to put it out of my head and not say to myself that, like, he won't leave. He will leave. People leave studios, people. They do leave studios. And Neil's been a part of that studio since, oh, God, I think it was, it was when they were making a Jack and Dexter game, because that was when he was on there. And then after, again, Neil got this massive break when a shit ton of people were leaving Naughty Dog when they're making Uncharted 1. They had to bring on they had to cancel the Jack and Dexter PSP game and bring on people from the PSP group or team to make Uncharted, and Neil was a part of that team. They were a part of that team. He got that break. He took chance on that, and he succeeded. And you go from Uncharted 1 to him going to Uncharted 2, and him and Bruce were a big factor of that with Amy. And then, obviously, they went on to make Last of Us, and Amy went on to make 3 with Christoph and Evan Wells. And that was a good game.
Hold on, let me. Still 100. That's it. Still 100, bro. Listen, so you can understand what I'm saying. What Adam's saying is true. This is not the first time where we heard that this guy is a dick. Not the first time people was hearing. in the problem that I had with that version of him, if he was the one that was if he adamant about this happening this way, and everybody he works with didn't want it that way, that's how I'm proven right, bruh. That's what I'm saying. Because you never get the full story. He is a very big part of the story, bruh. He's the person that says, hey, oh, this is what I want in here, and this is not what I want in here. You understand what I'm saying? You work with a dick, and you doing a wait, what up, man?
I mean, again, I'm just gonna say, by the way, when I met him, yeah, like I said, he's shy, but I'm not saying that because he was shy, that's the reason why he's a dick. Like, I'm just saying it was a case of normally when I've met people, game developers, they've been out there wanting to talk about their things, and I literally went up to him and said, listen, I literally came out of playing what section was it? It was it was the Boston hotel sequence in the first game, right, where you go into the hotel. I played that for I think it was roughly around an hour and a half, maybe an hour, and I came out of it and I went over and I was like, oh shit, that's Neil and that's Bruce, and obviously they were talking with Troy and Ashley, and I was like, I want to go and talk to him. I went over, I talked to Bruce, very open guy. He goes, thank you, man, we appreciate it. Like, yeah, we've been working for a long time. I asked him
Adam. I'm sorry, Adam. Can you go to are you on your PS4? Because we're not, I don't think we're online anymore. Is JayTech still in here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Well, from outside, it's like we're not online anymore. Every time I go to the show is not popping up. Is it doing that on your thing?
No, we're live.
Yeah, we're still live, yeah.
I just refreshed it. We're live.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat let us know. But we about to get the fuck up out of here because we've been live for a while. But
I gotta get back to the last of us.
let everybody know this is gonna be a big week for gaming news. It might not be like PlayStation or Xbox shit, but a lot of the other players they're going this week. So it's,
what have you got? The crash announcement on Monday.
Yeah, on Monday. There's a lot of Japanese developers gonna reveal their games on the 24th. So it's a pretty big week. It should be.
You got Avengers, right? You got Avengers War Table, and then you got CyberPunk as well.
Yes, the Avengers one. I really want to know more about that. I want to see if I can make a decision to buy it or not.
At the end of the week.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, you said Sick and them was in here earlier talking about, what were they talking about with the Lazarus?
Oh yeah, no, it's just a sense of like, again, when I talk about Naughty Dog, a lot of people are like, I guess I get it.
Yeah, Merge, I'm gonna be streaming after the show, but give me at least an hour.
He had a problem with the story too, or something, or did he like it?
Post down a time.
I understand that people love Naughty Dog. I do as well, but like, I'm not a person that's going to be putting on some fucking Stevie Wonder glasses
so
and not
streaming at 8 o'clock tonight. Last of Us.
You know what I mean, bro? Like, I'm sorry, man. I'm not that person. I'm just not. And the thing is, like,
is that what Sick was saying? What Sick was saying?
No. It's just Sick was basically saying, like, look at this M word, basically, like shit on Naughty Dog. It's like, dude, I'm not shit on it. I mean, it's a simple.
I'm looking at my neck.
Good censorship, Adam.
I look at Naughty Dog as I look at every other developer. I'm not giving Naughty Dog special treatment because they make these certain games. No, I still push them towards their belief. Like, do I think that Naughty Dog can keep going, getting better and better and better? Yes, I do. Am I going to one that's going to push them? Yes. I'm not standing for this shit, right? They are doing a great job with Last of Us Part 2, sorry. But do I think they can do better? Yeah, I do.
Hey, and that was the whole thing. What I was trying to say to the guy. I think, well, everybody got their opinions, man. Like, that's, I guess, but some people just don't,
I've said a lot of things. I spread a lot of news on this podcast, right? And again, I don't give a fuck. Take what I literally just said about Neil with pinch of salt. I'm doing the same thing. I'm not confirming or denying it's going to happen. I'm in the same boat as you guys. But again, if it happens. And, by the end of the year it happens, basically, and, and everyone here thinking that...
I want to get this Steel. Hey, Steel, why don't you come up on this motherfucker one day, you fucking ass dude, Steel 100? Probably ain't got $100 in your pocket, Steel. Come up on here one day, you talking all that.
Yeah.
Come on here, Steel.
You know, I mean, I've mentioned a few things. I mentioned obviously.
Your ass on here, Steel. You talking all that.
What's called again? The whole
talk about news. You hear that shit, Adam?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
God damn it.
Okay, so I know a lot of people want to play this fucking Last of Us. Guys, after the stream, give me a little time to unwind. I got some TV shows to catch up on. But at 8 o'clock p.m., I'm going to be going live. So I'll probably go live a little bit before that to get ready. I'm going to do a direct feed again from the PS4 Pro so I can play in the highest quality. But I cannot wait to jump back into this fucking game. Who knows how long I'll be live, but I will be playing through more of the game. And we're going to see what happens this week, how I will play it, if I will play it. We got to see what the fuck goes down this week. It's going to be confusing with this game. And then Ghost of Tsushima, also, I don't think I want to play that in 1080p. I want to play that in the best quality. So it probably will not be hooked up to the Elgato. But again, I can still do live streams like this anytime, but just won't be seeing the gameplay portion. So it's a little tricky.
That could be true too, bro. Like I can see him leaving because of that. I can see him doing that.
What's that? Yeah, again, there you go. Like, yeah, I get. I think Jay mentioned this actually yesterday about like he's making a TV show and bits and bobs. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but like, imagine if that was the case. He actually did leave and he went over to TV. I mean, the guy loves like. Think about it this way: how many times do you see Neil Druckmann talk about TV shows and film? You know what I mean? Like that guy is like Kojima. Well, Kojima's the same way. Like he does the same thing, but like Neil is like, it's. Think about the people that worked on this game, right? You have Shannon, right, that would play Dina. You have Haley Gross that did the writing of Westworld, Game of Thrones. That's been honest. Jeffrey Wright, right? That was on Westworld. That's been in Bond and other films, right? He's in Last of Us Part 2. He announced that he was in the game. I was like, oh shit, really? He has connections now, right? And he's now working with the guy that was a part of Chernobyl. Very good series, by the way. You know, working on this thing. That could be his gateway into it. And again, you're questioning some of the things. Like, it's like, dude, like, if you are given an opportunity to do what you want to do, yeah. That's the reason why Corey left, by the way. Corey left PlayStation and he went over to LucasArts, worked on the Star Wars films for a bit, worked around there. But then eventually he left and came back to PlayStation because why? PlayStation asked him nicely, would you like to come back and make a game on the side? They asked him to come back to Santa Monica to work on a small little project, which was God of War, whilst the other team were working on that sci-fi game. But then again, he didn't know or predict the future that they were going to get cancelled. So when that happened, and he found out that over 100 so-and-so people, more than that actually, jumped into his to his project, he was like, what are you guys doing here? You're early. It's like, oh yeah, our thing got cancelled. It's like, oh shit. And they literally were told, you've got to start making your game now. That was a big wake up for him. A massive wake up.
All right, so with that said, Adam, big money.
Next Sunday, bro.
Also a big wake up for me. It's time for me to go ahead and part ways with you fine gentlemen because I got to get back to The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So Adam, Big Money, Boca Luca, Somatic, aka Bootman with no laces, and Smell Tech.
I got
y'all definitely hold it down like 4 flats on a Cadillac. Maintain, do the right thing, stay in your own lane. I'm out.
Hey fam.
Love you.
Hey fam. See you later. I'll thank y'all for coming out, man. We appreciate everybody, even you still 100. I appreciate you coming out, baby. I appreciate you coming out.
Okay, guys. Remember, tonight at 8 o'clock East Coast time, I'll be back playing The Last of Us tonight.
Yo, everyone in the chat, lost his dog shit.
Shut the fuck up, Adam. Oh, bro, this could be a good year, man. Well, I mean, it's a shitty year, but I'm hoping the rest of the year goes good, you know. Ghost of Tsushima, I hope that can perform very well. I hope it is a great game. Can't wait to play it.
I hope it's The Last of Us.
I need to finish The Last of Us and then see what I can dig my hands into after that. Fucking great game.
motion to promote Thanksgiving so we can everybody. Eddie, where you been at, bro? What's up, Ed? Where you been at, family?
Motherfucking Eddie. Big news this week, Eddie. You gotta have a lot of info, man. A lot of info.
Eddie said he got some more rumors for you, Jay, though.
I'm cool. You can give me the rumors, but it's gonna be confirmed this week, so I'm happy about that. That Crash Bandicoot. Look, that Crash Bandicoot shit bothered me because they claim it was next gen when the rumors started. Now we finding out it will be obviously playable on the new systems, but it was made for current gen. And I was just hoping that they could.
Yeah, I seen you put in the comments that you said you wasn't.
Nah, I'm not getting it, bro, because you looking at Ratchet and Clank on the screen right now. I was expecting that type of step up, but I know that Activision doesn't have a developer that can do that yet. So we're not gonna see Crash Bandicoot transform. Actually, I feel that they took a step back. They're making it even more kiddier than they did before, more cartoony. That was always the plan, but still, I was hoping that they could do some other stuff with the game, and it doesn't seem like they're gonna do that. They're gonna treat Crash Bandicoot like they did Skylanders. Y'all remember that? They milked the shit out of fucking Spyro with the Skylanders franchise. Yeah, I think that's what they got in store for Crash.
What up, everybody?
And I hope they don't do that. What's going on, Eddie?
What up?
Yeah, we're coming down with that anyway.
Guys, we're going to be up out of here in 5 minutes. If you have any questions, you can pop them down in the comment section below, and we can get to them in the next 5 minutes.
Thing, by the way. Yeah, I was just going to mention our final few things. One of them being, right, again, I don't hate Naughty Dog, right? I just want to see them succeed even more. And two, Xbox Smart Delivery can go fuck itself because that is a bullshit fucking name. Thank you.
Okay, I like that.
I won't say I do hate Naughty Dog.
Smart Delivery, by the way, because
everything about Naughty Dog. Fuck The Last of Us 2. Fuck The Last of Us 2. How y'all like that?
Yo, me and Big Money at least taking time stirring the pot right now. Yo, here you go, Big Money.
A lot of that stuff you guys do is illegal. I'm just letting you know.
No, we're just having
Thank
fun,
you, Cedric,
bro.
man. Thank you for showing up, man, and support. Thanks for all the support.
I'm still here, man. Don't take this shit personal, man. I still have to remember this. Do all those three theatrics, bro. It's for the show, man. Just calm down. Look, I can give a fuck if dogs eat.
Y'all, when I get the game, I'm gonna be so mad about it.
Oh boy, I'm looking at my own foot right now. Oh shit.
When I get the game, I'm gonna be mad as hell.
Let me go back and finish this motherfucking J-Tech keep this shit about this other last talking about I ain't played the mother.
I would tell you to run through it, play it on easy, just run through it so you can get to that story to see what's going on with Ellie. Because that's all it was. It was very short.
Hey, still 100. Hey, bro, you better not let me ever see you, motherfucker. Don't you ever call me no big mistake.
Big money. You got the Last of Us remastered, right?
Sam, pick your ass up, Sam.
You got the big money. You got Last of Us remastered.
The Last of Us remastered. Well, I played it on PlayStation Plus.
I was gonna say they got the Left Behind DLC in there, so you don't have to like buy that separately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should really put that in the game, like put it in the game where like off that scene in the university, you go straight to that Beyond DLC, like, or they give the option to go into that DLC because like
because you can play that DLC individually. You don't have to.
Yeah, I know. That's but like I said, like since the remaster, that's how I played that game. Like I would go from off the university segment. I would literally go from what happened with Joel in that game to the Left Behind DLC, then after that continue on with.
Okay, I got what you're saying, Adam.
Yeah. Like it does have context. It does have, it gives you a little bit more to it. I mean, not a lot, but you know, there.
It's still 100, but still you know if that's what you do. If you go watch Crappy Mooch, you fucked up then, bro. You all fucked up. So I know you really fucked up. You fucked up, bro. And I watch them too, but you feel fucked up if you watch crafted movies, bro. You fucked up, man. You fucked up.
Okay, guys, we got 1 more minute till we up out of here. I'll see you guys at 8 o'clock. That will be 2 hours and 30 minutes from now. So you guys can eat, take a nap, or whatever you want to do, and I'll be going live. Again, I'm playing through The Last of Us. So if you plan on watching, I want you to know I'm making progress. And, you know, it's a spoiler alert. I might be getting areas and doing things and seeing people that you might not have gotten to. So, you know, I know you guys want to support me, but I don't want to spoil anything for you. So if you don't want to watch, that's perfectly fine. But I'm doing this live stream, so ain't nobody say I didn't play the fucking game. I'm having that shit recorded.
Hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Sam. You ain't shit, Sam.
Okay, we up out of here, man. I'll see you guys in 2 hours and 30 minutes, 8 o'clock East Coast time. Adam, as you know, you do suck.